dîm sy'n heiddi bod yma. Dau dîm sy'n â gymaint i'w golli, ond gymaint i'w ennill. Buddugoliaeth, mae'n Ewrop a mae'n £250,000 o bunnau. Ond mae Corey Shepherd wedi cael mynd y holl ffordd, falle cael ei ergyd mewn. O, mae Amon yn rhoi fi mewn i'r gol. A Brwtese eto. Mae'r ergyd yn hyfryd gan Hawkins. Walters at Amon, mae'n hyngddo fo ar golwr. Amon! A dyna'r gol sy'n gyrru Holford i Ewrop. Dyna'r gol sy'n gyrru y mwyafrif o 1,700 yn Orffwyll. Mae'r fuddugoliaeth yn swmpus, mae'r fuddugoliaeth yn heiddiannol, a mae Holford yn dathlu.
3 mis yn ôl oedd hynny Holford yn ennill yn erbyn Caernarfon i gyrraedd Ewrop. Dechrau'r haf oedd hynny hefyd, a dyma ni yn agos at ddiwedd yr haf. Maen nhw'n cwrdd eto, hwnna fyddai'n haf o hyd ac adar yw'r thema, adar gleision yn gorllewin yn cwrdd â Canaries, Caernarfon, a mae yna dderyn yn cadw cwmni fi hefyd, Siôn Meredydd. Pnawn da?
O, da iawn, Del. Diolch am hwnna.
Y cwestiwn pwysig yw, be chi'n gwisgo heddi, cot lawn neu sbectol hael, neu'r ddau?
Wel, dim ond neira, ni heb cael eto.
Dim eto, mae digon amser da ni i gael hynny. Reit, dyma ni, gêm fyw ola'r penwthnos hefyd yn uwch gyngor Cymru JD. Ni'n trwy'r sgoriau eraill i chi yn y man, ond Siôn, mae'n gynnar yn tymor. Tro cyntaf ni gael ti fan hyn ar sgorio, be neidi'r wythnosau cynnar yma felly?
Fi credu falle headline fel petai yw'r Seintiau Newydd, y dechreuad maen nhw wedi cael. Gael nhw dechreuad gwael, tymor diwetha cofio, ond oedd rheswm hwnna, gêm Ewropeaidd wrth gwrs. Ond dyn nhw heb dechrau yn dda iawn y tymor yma. Nifer o newidiadau yn ystod y haf, lot yn gweud yw y newidiadau yna yn well na beth oedd gyda nhw. Cwestiwn mawr am y Seintiau Newydd. Gan
bod ti'n sôn am hynny, dewch chi'n edrych ar beth sydd wedi digwydd pnawn yma cyn edrych ymlaen at y gêm yma. Dyma'r canlyniadau i chi, fel o Siôn yn sôn, di-sgôr y bari ar Seintiau Newydd, 2 gêm gyfartal yn ynol nawr i'r Seintiau Newydd. Bai Colwyn oedd y gêm gyfartal diwetha, maen nhw wedi cael pwynt arall yn erbyn Llansawel, 2-1. Bai Colwyn ddim wedi ennill, ond maen nhw'n cael dechrau bach da, 4 gêm gyfartal erbyn hyn, 4 gol i'r Flint yn erbyn Met, oedd y ddau yna ddim wedi ennill. Chwaith cyn penwythnos yma, Llanelli wedi colli eto, wedi colli pob gêm. A Cei Conan ennill ym Pen y Bont sy'n ail, Rhys Hughes gath y gol bwysig, 10 munud o'r diwedd. A drychwch fel mae pethau, Caernarfon ddim wedi chwarae, a maen nhw'n parhau i fod ar y brig. Met Caerdydd wedi cael dechrau bach anodd o Llanelli, chwarae 5, colli 5, ond mae'n bron 2 Caernarfon yn barod. Siôn, dyn nhw'n mynd yn cicio pel eto?
Ia'n hollol. Fydden nhw'n digon hapus gyda'r dechreuad maen nhw wedi wneud. Nifer o cefnogwyr Caernarfon yn barod yn canu bod nhw'n mynd i ennill y gyngred, felly beth sy'n bwysig i nhw, bod nhw'n cadw'r momentum yma'n mynd nawr. Maen nhw'n garfan eitha cryf, fi'n hoffi'r newidiadau mae wedi wneud yn ystod y haf, felly cadw ymlaen gyda'r gwaith da.
Maen nhw wedi arwyddo tipyn, Holford ddim wedi arwyddo digon o bosib na'r teimlad o gwmpas y gyngrair yn gyffredinol. Un o'i ser nhw o tymor diwetha dal yma, mae wedi bod yn siarad am Mike Davies hefyd, dewch chi'n ei glywed gan Owain Jones.
Owain, mae wedi bod yn dechreuad cymysglyd i Holford, ond her heddiw yn erbyn Caernarfon, a hwn fydd y llinyn mesur mawr cyntaf o'r tymor?
Falle, fi'n credu mae'n gynnar yn y tymor. Hyd yn oed ni wedi wario falle mwy o gemau na pawb arall gyda Ewrop, ond fi'n credu ni wedi dechrau'n okay. Y 2 gêm cyntaf wario ni'n dda heb cael falle'r pwyntiau o'n ni'n heiddi, a wedyn y gêm diwetha yn erbyn y Ferry, fi'n credu ni'n bach yn ffodus, ond falle cael beth ni'n heiddi yn y 2 gêm cyntaf.
Fe enilloch chi'r gêm yn y rowndiau, y gemau ail gyfle yn mis Mai, a mae record arbennig o dda gyda chi yn erbyn Caernarfon yn wedig yma.
Bydde'n anodd o, byd nhw'n cofio'r gêm na fel bod ni'n cofio fe ond bach yn gwahanol yn debyg, ond byd nhw reit lan am y gêm eddi, a bydd rhaid ni bod yr un peth os ni'n cael unrhyw beth mas o'r gêm eddi.
O diffygoliau yn broblem yma y tymor diwetha, 2 gol mewn 2 gêm, ydy yn rhywbeth sy'n chwarae ar meddyliau'r ymosodwyr?
Na, fi ddim yn credu. Fi'n credu fel os ti'n edrych ar y goliau'r ymosodwyr blwyddyn diwetha, fi'n credu sgorio ni digon. Falle ni ddim yn cael digon o goliau o llefydd eraill yn y tîm, ond mae'r ffordd ni'n ware, ffordd ni'n amddiffyn yn ware mewn i hwnna hefyd, a ni'n un o'r amddiffynwyr gorau yn y gangrau'r blwyddyn diwetha. Mae hwnna'n lawr i'r tactegau pethau, so fi'n credu mae popeth yn wario mewn i hwnna, a fel fi'n gweud, fi'n credu o'r ymysodwyr wedi cyfrannu digon blwyddyn diwetha.
Fel chwaraewr, ti siŵr yn edrych ar gwrthwynebwyr heddiw, Caernarfon wedi recrwtio'n arbennig o dda. Dim ond 3 wedi dod mewn i Hwlffordd. Ydy hwn yn gynsyrn?
Na, fi ddim yn credu. Ni wedi colli chwaraewyr pwysig yn amlwg. Jenks, o'n i'n gweld Tony yn gweud, ti ffili dod â chwaraewyr o safon na mewn i clwblau y lefel yma. Felly, fi gallu gweld pwy mae'r anodd yw i cael chwaraewyr mewn, ond mae carfan gryf da ni o blwyddyn diwetha, a ni'n hyderus i mynd a wneud yr un peth.
Owain Jones, pob dymuniad da ti heddi.
Diolch, Mike.
Owain yn dweud bod e ddim yn poeni am cyn lleiad o chwaraewyr sydd wedi dod mewn, a fi'n deall falle bod chi'n methu dod â Lee Jenkins arall mewn, ond 3 maen nhw wedi arwyddo. Chi'n gallu dod â rhai chwaraewyr mewn, mae'n teimlo bod nhw'n bryn o ran niferoedd. Tony
Pennock wedi ddysgu yn dda fyna, wedi creu chwarae lawr y ffaith bod nhw heb arwyddo. I fi, digon o chwaraewyr yn ystod yr haf, ond dwi'n cytuno gyda fe. Mae'n anodd dod â chwaraewyr o safon fel Lee Jenkins, Tybone, golgeidwad Zach Jones, chwaraewyr sydd yn heiddiannol o chwarae ar lefel uwch, dwi'n meddwl. So felly mae anodd dod â chwaraewyr o safon o mewn i glwb fel Hwlffordd.
Chwaraewyr pwysig iddyn nhw, tymor yma, tymor diwetha yn bendant. Ben Amon, a then brif sgoriwr, tymor diwetha, yn cael digon o goliau. Mae fe'n creu hefyd. Mae fe'n amlwg yn mynd i fod yn bwysig iddyn nhw. Oedd hyn yn Ewrop, nath e'n wych yn erbyn Floriana, enghraifft. Pan chi'n gweld yn sgorio goliau fel hyn, chi'n disgwyl falle gweld mwy ohonyn nhw. Yw hwnna'n anheg?
Na, i fi mae angen y fe sgorio fwy o goliau. 1 ar 10 gol tymor diwetha. Ydy mae fe'n creu, fel o ti'n gweud, a mae fe'n dod â goliau pwysig i'w Hwlffordd, ond i fi licen ei gweld yn sgorio fwy yn ystod y tymor. Ond mae fe'n chwaraewr sy'n gallu dod â chwaraewr eraill mewn i'r gêm hefyd. Felly, mae fe'n chwaraewr pwysig i Hwlffordd.
A pawb chi'n 33, felly bod yn anheg gofyn o fe newid. Dwi'n meddwl ugeiniau cynnar yma'n gallu addasu. Dyma beth chi'n cael dyddi yma.
Dwi'n cytuno'n llwyr gyda ti. Fel o ti'n gweud, 32, dwi ddim yn mynd i newid i gemau nawr. Dyna beth ti'n mynd i cael o Ben Amwn. Ond fel yn ei gweud, mae fe'n chwaraewr pwysig i Hwlffordd.
Enillon nhw, y gêm ddiwetha yn erbyn Llansawel. Gôl hwyr iawn, mae'n rhaid bod nhw'n hoben fawr iddyn nhw. Cyn y gêm yma yn erbyn Caernarfon, a mae rhaid ni sôn am y Cofis, am ddechrau maen nhw wedi cael tymor, a goliau'n hedfan mewn. A'r gwrthwyneb i Hwlffordd, maen nhw wedi bod yn arwyddo ac yn cael chwaraewyr da mewn hefyd.
Mae dan nhw 3 chwaraewr o'r Seintiau Newydd ar fenthyg. Fe all y Seintiau Newydd dod ar 3 chwaraewr nhw yn ôl gyda 1 galwad i'r rheolwr Caernarfon. Felly mae rhaid i cymeru hwnna mewn i ffactor. Ond dwi'n hoffi'r ffaith bod Sean Bradley nôl yn lliwiau Caernarfon. Fydd e'n edrych i syreni.
Yn dechrau, mae'n tro cyntaf.
Hollol, dechrau, mae'n tro cyntaf y tymor. Felly fydd e'n edrych i syreni yn y gêm heddi. A hefyd, Iwan Lewis o Aberystwyth, dwi'n hoffi, mae fe wedi cryfau ganol ca Caernarfon, dod lan y gôl yn erbyn Llanelli, a fi'n gôl o safon, a i fi hefyd y gôl geidwad, Connor Roberts wedi gweud bod yn ymddeol, ond cael ei denu nôl yn lliwiau Caernarfon.
Ymddeol o'r gêm llawn amser oedd y rheswm yn y pen draw ar ôl gadael y Seintiau Newydd, mae fe nôl yng Caernarfon. Mae goliau wedi bod yn hedfan mewn, dyn nhw'n chwarae'r rofal, gemau cartre yn Llandudno, mae'n goffod addasu hynny, ond ti'n gweld y rhestr o'r chwaraewr, ti'n sôn am Iwan Lewis, felly mae Zach Clark hefyd o'r Seintiau Newydd ddim yma prawn. Mae Josh Locke, chwaraewr hyfryd i wylio ar fenthyg eto o'r Seintiau Newydd. Ond ychwanegu a treinodd Matt tymor diwetha. Adam Davies, ni'n gweld y goliau'n hedfan mewn do fe. Danny Gossett, Ryan Sears a Paulo Mendes ddim yma anafiadau. Ond mae'r garfan andrawiadol.
A dyna pam mae rhaid i cael garfa mor gryf yn uwch gyngor y Cymru. Y ffaith amdani, mae nhw 3 allan heddi, ond mae'r 3 yn dod mewn. Wawi!
Caernarfon yn hapus i byd a Sean Bradley fyna, a ni'n mynd i weid bod e'n ôl yn y lliwiau cyfarwydd. Dyw e ddim yn ymelyn o'r gwyrdd cyfarwydd wrth i'r gwynt yn Sir Benfro hyrddio ni. Oedd hi ar ein trad fan hyn bron. Ni'n mynd i gadw ein trad ar y ddeiar. Dewch ni glywed gan reolwr Caernarfon, Richard Davies.
Richard, chi wedi cael dechreuad cryf i'r tymor, dal yn ddigiro, ond a dyma'r prawf mwyaf eto?
Digon posib. Dwi'n meddwl bod yna'n mynd yn gêm hawdd yn uwch gyngor lly. Ond mae o hyd dod i Hwlffordd yn her fawr lly. Ond, dychod, efo'r cyffros gyda ni yn y garfan a falle ar y funud, dyna edrych ymlaen i'r her yna.
A'i cyfle i talu'r pwyth yn ôl yn dilyn y golled yn y rownd derfynol y gemau ail gyfle mis Mai yw hwn?
Ia, dechrau'n remeindio fi hwnna. Yn amlwg mae gen i bwynt i brofi yma. Nathon ni ddim chwarae'n gorau y diwrnod yna, ond yn amlwg mae'r garfan edrych wahanol wan. Dwi'n teimlo bod ni wedi cryfhau. Felly, mae'n her hollol wahanol, dwi'n teimlo be oedd hwnna'r diwrnod yna.
A fe sonioch chi fanna am y trosglwyddiadau, chi wedi bod yn brysur iawn, mae'r garfan yn edrych yn eithriadol o gryf.
Yndi, mae'n greu iawn, ond fel ydych chi'n gweld heddiw, mae gennym ni 3 anaf yn barod, a hogia sylweddol hefyd, felly mae'n gyfle rhywun arall ddod i fewn, ond mae'n profi bod angen gafran cry yn yr uwchgynghrair, dwi'n meddwl, os ydych chi eisiau gystadlu bob wythnos. A
gan ystyried y dechreuad chi wedi cael, Richard, chi'n targedu Ewrop, mae'n siŵr.
Y 6 uchaf i'r nod yn y cam cyntaf, a wedyn gobeithio os da ni'n neud hynny, wedyn bod ni mynd ymlaen wedyn a edrych am wedyn Ewrop, ond y cam cyntaf di 6 uchaf bob tymor.
Richard Davies, diolch yn fawr iawn.
Diolch yn fawr iawn.
Diolch i Richard Davies, dyna'r olygfa, dyna'r sŵn tu ôl i fi, mae'r drwm di cyrraedd, sy'n newyddion da i credu, i ni gyd. Newyddion da bod y hael allan, a ni'n barod am gêm ddiddorol dros ben yn uwchgyngor Cymru JD draw yn un tîm yn sylwebu. Wrth i ni fynd draw, mae daflu canlyniadau'r pnawn i chi o ran cyngreir y Lloegr. Y Wrexham di ennill am y tro cyntaf tymor yma, 2 ddim yn Millwall, Cifamo, ymysodwr Cymru yn cael un. Caerdydd di ennill eto, 4 i ddim yn ebyn Plymouth. Maen nhw di ennill 4 yn lynol, heb ildio. Abertawe ennill yn Sheffield Wednesday o 2 ddim. Casnewydd di colli yng Nghaer Grawnt, a dyma ni gêm ola'r pnawn felly yn uwchgyngor Cymru JD. Dewch ni ymuno a'n tîmau sylwebu yn Saesneg, Alaric Jones a Kate McLagan yn aros amdano chi. A fyny yn yr uchelfannau, mae Sean Meredith di mynd i ymuno gyda Mike Davies.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Oggy Bridge Stadium in Haverfordwest, where the Bluebirds entertain Caernarfon Town in the JD Cymru Premier League. Caernarfon remain top of the table even after today's results, and Haverfordwest have the incentive to jump into the top 6 if they can produce a home win. Alongside me this evening is Kate McLagan, ex-Barry Town, who played over 200 games and scored over 100 goals in the Cymru Premier League. Kane, pleasure to have you alongside us this afternoon, mate.
Yeah, great to be here. Fantastic stadium and 2 really good teams, 2 teams that had a great season last year, and look forward to joining you on this game.
And I hope it gets a bit easier for us, Kane, because the sun is right in our eyes, and I think it must be a nephew of Cozy Powell, the ex-drummer, in front of us, because we are hearing some drums and it stood about 5 yards away from us, so you'll have to apologise, the crowd, the viewers apologise if we get drummed out a bit.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough one today. We've got a little bit of background noise, but I'm sure that people will hear us in the end.
There are the Haverfordwest and Caernarfon teams. A couple of missing from Caernarfon's Town team with injuries, including Paulo Mendes, who's out for 6 to 8 weeks by all accounts. Could be. There's the Haverfordwest side.
Yeah, look, there's an experienced team here now, a team that's played in Europe and in previous seasons. 2 strikers who work really hard, and Benamoun now gets his goals, and yeah, I think Haverfordwest will could have a good day if Caernarfon allow them to play forward.
Yeah, Caernarfon are the top goal scorers in the league with 15 goals so far, and I'm sure they'll be looking to keep it going. What an incentive, Kane, this afternoon's results. How much of an incentive is that for Caernarfon?
Well, they started brilliantly. Look, they're top of the league, and their results show that they deserve to be there. So, one incentive to extend their lead, not just go top. You know, it's a massive opportunity for them. They'll see this today. They know it's a really tough fixture. They haven't had great joy here in the last few results and a few games they've played here. But what an incentive to go 4 points clear at this early stage of the season.
Caernarfon in their red and black stripes. The Bluebirds of Haverfordwest in their beautiful blue kit. Haverfordwest versus Caernarfon Town. It was last season's playoff, and Caernarfon were unfortunately defeated by a very good Haverfordwest County on the afternoon. by 3 goals to 1. Goalkeeper Kane, was it with you last year in goals?
Yeah, Luke was with us. He played, he didn't have as much game time as he probably would have liked last year, Luke. But a great kid. He didn't worry about not really being in the team, and he was a really good teammate and allowed for Liam, who was in goals, for us to have a good season. But look, he's got his chance here. He's played some games in Europe already, so he's proven that he can deal with that, and I think he did okay in Europe.
Yeah, he did definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And he started okay here, so hopefully he has a good season. Luke, he deserves it.
Greg Walters having an early shot. Connor Roberts. What a signing that was for Caernarfon King. Connor Roberts. His ability with his feet at least is majestic. Yeah, look, one of the most experienced keepers in the league, if not the most. A great personality, but above all, a really good person, and he'll add massive experience and quality to this team. Like you said, in terms of his ability to play out, but also his ability to play longer if need be as well is huge in this league. He's probably the best at that. So, yeah, Caernarfon have signed a really good goalkeeper. Always vital to have that experience, that talking, and he has it in abundance. Danny Gossett in the centre of midfield. Matty Jones slots in well at left back and doesn't have to get a good ball in. Sean Bradley will be looking to get that across. It's cut out really well by Kyle McCarthy, Mr. Dependable in defence there. Yeah, good start from Caernarfon though, and this left side I think could be, fruitful for Caernarfon. Sean Bradley back in the team and back at Caernarfon. He's Player of the Year only two years ago in this league, so a massive signing for them to get him over the line. And Matty Jones joining them as well, former Cymru, a Wales C international as well. This side could be where they look to do some damage. I think Greg's gone down. He's pulled up. Greg, when he landed, it looks like he's twisted his ankle, or in fact they've linked boots some sort of way there. Yeah, his laces have gone, haven't they? I think they've been caught in studs, but you won't worry about that, Greg. Barry Town 0-0 this afternoon against TNS. You played a few years against TNS at home. They didn't take many points over the years off of them. I think that's the first point they've had in certainly since I was there. So wow, Bradley with a wonderful corner. Sorry. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I understand. So it's a big point for Steve Jenkins' Barry this afternoon. Yeah, massive point. Any point's big against TNS, but strangely Barry's record at home has been worse than away. So yeah, huge point. Jory Humphreys fires it long. Matty Jones. Caernarfon have started the game much better than they started the playoff last season. If you remember the playoff last season, Kane, it was dominated by Walters and Shepherd in midfield, but they've started really well here this afternoon, and Adam Davies will try and run Ricky Watt down in the corner. It's cut out by Alaric Jones. Jones into Bradley. Just caught in between, thinking of putting it in himself or getting a 1-2 in there. There he is. Richard Davies, you're currently top of the league, Fish. Can you stay there? Yeah, Caernarfon started really well, but this is where the team is at the minute. Momentum, they've got to use that momentum now. They're top of the league. They've had 3 really good results and scoring goals freely. They've got to use this momentum and start games fast and let the opposition know that they're playing against a really strong team. McCarthy again intervenes. Amoun, should imagine Tony Pennock, who is not on the touchline this afternoon. He's suspended. He's in the room next to us. No Tony Pennock. Waggy is in the dugout. Gary Richards has a great record, I think, in the dugout. I was told earlier on once he's been in there. Very unlike Tony to be not that type. You don't expect Tony, a real nice guy like him, to get the reds, but it happens to everybody, Kane. Yeah, listen, he's one of the calmest characters in the league, isn't he, Tony? But sometimes decisions don't go your way, and sometimes you get frustrated, and he has been frustrated. I know he probably won't be, pleased with it, but listen, you have to sit a few out now, and I'm sure he'll be back soon. Morgan Owen. Josh Locke will play in the 10 role, I think. Where is Gossett? He may play that diamond we talked about earlier on. If Downey will come and get now, yeah, Downey will play in the diamond, yeah. It looks like they're playing Gossett and Ewan Lewis. And I think they'll free up the 10 to go anywhere. Josh Locke, would you agree?
Yeah, Locke, it looks like he started really wide. He started wide right, and Sean Bradley started off the left here, and then they got the three kind of war horses in the middle, haven't they? They got Gossett, Downey, and Ewan Lewis. Good signing, by the way, Ewan Lewis. I think he's added some power in that midfield, along with Mendes, who's missing, unfortunately, today. But I think that's where they're getting their joy, that engine room. And look, they're pressing here, aren't they? Look, they're going after the ball, and some big, powerful lads in that team. They've really strengthened. Yeah,
Dominic Smith cushioned his header down really well as well. Downey, that'll be a yellow, very early yellow. I don't think there'll be any doubt about that. He's looking around there, Sam Downey. But I don't think you can argue that one, Sam. That's the easiest yellow. The referee, Ryan Kenny's going to have to brandish all afternoon.
Yeah, he's just taking a loose touch, hasn't he, Downey? He's taking a loose touch, and Fawcett will always be after you. Fawcett will press with Hawkins here today, and he's nicked it.
Oh, it's a big yellow, by the way.
It's a yellow card, isn't it? Going into an area where he might be able to counter-attack as well. So, yeah, certain yellow card.
You know, we talked about this, Kane, funnily enough, at the start. It happened to Haverfordwest in Europe when Jones had an early yellow card. Sam Downey's a holding midfielder. You're expected to make tackles during the 90 minutes. That could be key, you know.
Don't put yourself under pressure. You said it, didn't you, in terms of the European game with Alaric Jones, and he gets himself a cheap second, which probably was 50-50, but then you've already got yourself put yourself in that position.
That's a yellow 6 minutes in, headed across by Ben Amoun almost. Would have been interesting, you know, if it was on target, because I think unless Connor Roberts was really confident, could have tested him a little here.
Yeah, good little run from Ben, and to be fair, that the other Ben Fawcett then is on his toes in the 6-yard box, and just unfortunately he doesn't be able to get a little toe on it to nod it towards goal. Both
expected top 6 finishes from these two clubs, I would say. I would put them in that bracket, Kane, would you?
Yeah, 3rd and 4th from last year, isn't it? And it's the playoff final from last year. Two teams that have been within the playoffs for the last 2 or 3 years now. Teams that have qualified for Europe for the last couple of years. You'd expect them to be there again.
Only 3 points between them last year, by the way. 51 points for Haverfordwest, 48 for Caernarfon. Walters puts it across. Goes out for the second corner of the afternoon, but Haverfordwest first corner, Downey. Walters has made the centre of midfield position his own, alongside Shepherd over the last 12 months.
Yeah, really much improved player. You know, he went out to Carmarthen after dropping out of the league a little bit, and he's come back and become a real mainstay in this team.
Hawkins goes short. Abruzzese arrows across in. Amoun gets the header. Just out jumped, I think. Connor Roberts, Ewan Lewis done a decent marking job then on Ben Amoun. He's been getting amongst the goals in big games, as we said in the European games, Ben, and he seems to be getting better as he's maturing. Corner in, Connor Roberts collects. And he will look to play. All them years with TNS, over a decade, he will definitely look to play every time he gets it, to set up attacks. It just becomes a habit, Kane.
Absolutely. Connor, to be fair, he's had the ball 3 or 4 times already in this game, and he's sprayed it into the front, the 9 or wide in terms of his throw as well. Just there, he's been excellent, and that's what he does. You know, his distribution's second to none in this league, but also, like we said, that experience. He's come for the cross as well, by the way, and taken the pressure off his team. And look where they are now. They've got a 1v1 with,
this is a key battle.
Sean Bradley in a really positive position.
Bradley taking on Humphreys. Bradley doesn't get a corner in the end. Humphreys does well. Just don't know whether Bradley had the chance to whip that in with his left foot. I'm sure Adam Davies and company would have wanted that over then. That was the chance to get it over. He takes Humphreys on. That'll be a key battle, no doubt at all.
I was just about to say, that's great for Yori, isn't it? To start Yori Humphreys, it's great for him because he's playing against one of the best players in the league, 1v1, probably the best. And he's won the first battle, really important, because Sean's going to do that all day, by the way. He's not going to have any rest, Yori Humphreys.
Reese. Ricky Watts is Mr. Dependable for Haverfordwest. He usually pops up in midfield, full-back, centre-back. every team, it's not always great if you're an individual, but if you're a good team player, almost every team has one of them.
Yeah, you need them. They're worth their weight in gold, aren't they? You know, them 6 and 7s out of 10, they're consistent. They're there every week. You know, you got your match winners, but you've also need them players who are dependable, and that, you know, that's what they are.
Gossett and Matty Jones. Gossett playing it in to Bradley's feet. Not the greatest of passes in the end, trying to play Matty Jones in down the wing. It's a good day, Kane, a good afternoon almost for all Welsh clubs. Cardiff 4-0 winners against Plymouth. Wrexham 2-0 winners at Millwall. Swansea get a great 2-0 victory at Sheffield Wednesday. Newport County unfortunately didn't make up the quartet of results. They lost to Cambridge 2-0, but quite a good day for Welsh clubs.
Yeah, tough one for Newport because Cambridge have started well in League Two as well. But the other results fantastic, aren't they? In the Championship for Swansea and Wrexham and Cardiff top of the League One. So you know, great start there for Brian Barry Murphy, and hopefully they can get back to the Championship where they need to be.
And I think the Swans would have been right against it in the betting stakes there. Sheffield Wednesday defeated the greatest team in the world on Wednesday evening, didn't they? Did they beat
Man United?
No, they got beat by Grimsby. It was Leeds United.
Oh, sorry, of course.
Shepherd making the run. Just offside. Great first touch from Shepherd. Gossett was playing as if it was... I think it ended up in the back of the net. Roberts. Adam Davies the target. I think it'll go into Adam Davies's area. Stands it up, Davies. It's a great header away by Alaric Jones. Matty Jones has seen a lot of the ball. He's predominantly coming down the left-hand side, which points out what you said. They're going to try and get Bradley in as often as they can.
Yeah, that's the danger man, isn't it? Sean Bradley. He's got to be the danger man. And like we said, this battle is probably what would... good tackle there from Yoring. This battle, I think, will be key for this game, isn't it? You know, Sean Bradley, can you keep him quiet? You have to keep him quiet, because if you don't, you know, he's going to create something or make something happen. And Matty Jones is just feeding that ball, and Connor Roberts is getting that ball to Matty Jones as much as possible. And yeah, it's going to be a real key battle for this game.
His first corner was arrowed just by the near post, and I think if Adam Davies would have made that near post run, he could have been in, or one of the defenders. Is interesting which one he'll take this time. Stands it up, it's flat, it's a great flat corner. Is it in? It's great, it looks a decent save. He's collected that right off the line, Luke Rees. It's not spectacular, but we'll have a look at the replay now. What a save that is, by the way.
That's a really good save.
Wow.
It's come through bodies and then taken a nick at the end. I think it's it's Downey, isn't it? Downey who's just nicked it, and he's just caught it with the bottom of his fingers, really. Yeah. It's a great save.
That most probably, I've commentated on plenty of games in the Cymru Premier over the years, but that's the most underrated save I think we've ever commentated on. What a save to keep the scores at 0-0.
Yeah, great reflexes. To be fair to Luke Rees, that is exactly what he is. His reflexes and his shot stopping is fantastic.
Tony Pennock there. In his own director's box. Morgan Owen. Abruzzese skips down there. It's a strong tackle, very strong tackle from Morgan Owen. Being it was only one of the last games of last season, this sort of tackle, I think, Kane, shows you that I think Richard Davies may have said in the change rooms, we came down here 3 or 4 months ago and didn't even get started, so let's get started today. And they've started quite well.
They have, and like you said, that tackles like that, just trying to get each other going and making sure the opposition know you're in the game. Look, Rees Abruzzese is one of their best technical players. They need to stop him at getting the ball, you know. So Morgan's just giving him a little reminder early doors that nothing's coming down this side today.
Davies, Jones started strong so far in our centre back position. Walters The Bluebirds trying to get their first feet on the ball. Again, it's well cut out at the back. Dom Smith from Newtown looks a steady signing at centre back. Lewis, Owen. He's almost taken up a right wing slot, you know, which would almost, with Bradley playing up top, it's definitely 4-3-3 instead of that diamond we thought about.
Yeah,
a little bit of afters here.
Here we go.
Ewan Lewis and Shepherd wishing each other an early Merry Christmas there. Well, the yellows are out. Is it for an early tackle or is it for just showing dissent to each other? Yeah,
I'm pretty sure both players were at over 10 yellow cards last season, actually. So, yeah, shouldn't be too surprised to know that they're both involved early on.
So we're just overreacting to each other. Is that worth a yellow?
I think so early on in the game. Just let them get on with it. Do you know what I mean? I think just they're both at it. So you know what difference if they both don't get a yellow card? In my opinion, you know, just let them go. No one's hurt each other, and just have a word and get on with it.
They're not going to send love letters to each other in the first 10 minutes, are they? Centre midfield, the two of them. Great ball. Oh, should have been, could have been. What a chance that could be. What a ball from Bradley, and Dominic Smith has the first real chance of the game. From 5 yards out, he arrows his volley over the bar.
Yeah, great delivery again from Sean Bradley. Both chances now have come from the excellent delivery, which we know he's got. And listen, Harris, he knows that he should do better there, shouldn't he? You know, it's a
Dom
real,
Smith.
Dom Smith is a real good chance within 4 or 5 yards out, you know.
Big chance. Still playing with a good tempo, Caernarfon. Chance for Morgan Owen. He struck one of these a season or two ago in Europe, and he flew in the top corner, their first ever goal in Europe. Just a little off target this time.
They look really confident, Caernarfon, don't they? You know, on the ball, they're finding space, and Haverfordwest look a little bit under it here. They need to make sure that they stay in this game and don't concede that first goal when they're under the pump a little bit. But Caernarfon look a real strong outfit.
Yeah, they got 3 or 4 TNS players in, King. So I'll pose that question to you now. Training standards and pace in training and stuff, will it encourage the group just to everybody get as sharp as they were when they come back now?
Yeah, I think so. But listen, Caernarfon have been on an upward trajectory now for 2 or 3 years, you know. And
since Richard Davies.
One of the TNS lads they got on loan is their player they sold to them, you know. So yes and no. I think they're going to raise the standards, of course, but you can't argue what Caernarfon are doing themselves. You know, they deserve a lot of credit. The manager deserves a lot of credit because
there's Zach Clark, in fact, one of the TNS boys,
another one of the TNS lads. But yeah, Caernarfon are punching themselves.
Yeah, most probably over the Haverfordwest and Caernarfon Town are the most improved clubs over the past 6 or 7 years, as you just said. Definitely. Luke Rees, it's not sticking every time it's gone up so far. Fawcett will want it into feet. Ben Amoun has been starved of possession so far. Alaric Jones has made a good start. Downey, can he switch it? The switch was on, is still on. Humphreys heads it away. Ewan Lewis. I think they're just taking it in turns to get on and to take the holding role. Downey and Gossett are sharing the holding role, and Lewis and obviously Locke are getting on anytime they like. Could be one-on-one here. It's good hold-up play. Amoun almost plays in. You'll get a second chance. Amoun gets a shot off. Just wide of the mark.
Fawcett does really well there, doesn't he, with the hold-up play, and then they get a bit lucky from Ben You won't be pleased with that effort, but it's good that they're finally getting a little bit of joy in the final third, because at the minute it is just counter-attacks. I think they need to kind of sustain an attack and try and get something going at the minute. Haverfordwest, it looks like their only kind of real quality is coming when Shepherd plays a little bit longer, and they'll want to get a hold of this game.
Yeah, both have had decent starts. They've played 4 Caernarfon, 1-3, drawn 1, lost none. 4-15 against 5. That's plus 10 goals. What a start. Haverfordwest have only played 3, 1-1, drawn 1, lost 1. 3-4-3 against. That's 0 goals. They've won in the Nathaniel Carr's Cup. I wasn't going to mention it, Kane, but I've just been told I got to mention it. They beat a team called Newport City.
I don't remember that.
Okay,
that, no.
Fair enough. We'll go back to that maybe towards the end if there's not much action. No,
they were excellent on the day.
Versus Wales.
Oh yes, that's a big game next week. The Haverfordwest were excellent that day, to be fair. They'd just come off their European game and
they were sharp.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Really good. And listen, they're one of the top 5-6 teams in this league.
Great ball, almost. Connor Roberts with his footballing eye there, seen it early enough and came out and collected. It was a smart ball from Yori Humphries. I think the camera will show you the angle of it. Yeah, great ball.
Unlucky.
Almost. The weather just being kind to us. If you'd have come down to West Wales 2 or 3 hours ago, it was an absolute deluge of rain and wind. But it seems to be sorting itself out now, Kane. It's not too bad at all.
Yeah, it's dry, and let's just hope it stays dry, because, like you said, it wasn't 2 hours ago, and I'm still a little bit wet from just getting out of my car. So it's nice at the minute, and hopefully it stays like this, because it's making for a good game.
You're still at that age, Kane. You've got to wear a coat, son, when it's raining. If I see your dad, I'm going to have a word with him.
It's mild at the moment, Jonah. It's all right at the moment.
Okay.
West Wales is lovely.
Connor Roberts clears his lines. 22 minutes on the clock. Haverfordwest County 0, Caernarfon Town 0 in the JD Cymru Premier. Caernarfon currently top of the league. Haverfordwest looking to push into the top 6. Shepherd. Great ball from Shepherd. Hawkins! Big chance for Dan Hawkins. He took it wonderfully. You expected the net to bulge, to be honest. What a ball, what a touch. All that was missing was the finish.
Should score, but what a ball from Corey Shepherd. They need to get him on the ball, because when he's had 1 or 2 moments to pick a pass, he does this, and it's a great first touch, like you said, from Dan Hawkins. Should hit the target, and if he hits a target, he probably scores. But what a pass.
Got to ask a question when you get as close as that, King. Brilliant ball, as we said, from Shepherd. He has it in the locker. One of the most improved players in the Cymru Premier over the last couple of seasons. Jones puts it down the line, goes wide. Zach Clark, Sean Bradley, Josh Locke, all on loan from TNS, as we mentioned earlier on. The Met and Cardiff and Caernarfon were the only defeated clubs before kick-off today. The Met going down 4-2 at Flint. Surprise result, is that for you?
Yeah, it is, because Cardiff Met are so consistent, aren't they? That's just, I'm surprised that they've gone and conceded 4 first of all, and then to lose the game as well. I am surprised. Cardiff Met, one of the most consistent teams in this league, normally don't get beat badly unless it's probably a TNS, and it is a bit of a surprise. But the league has been wide open this year, hasn't it? It looks like everybody's beating everybody or taking points from everybody, so we shouldn't be surprised.
Amun, chance on the edge of the box. He tried to slide it in with a pass instead of a strike. From strange finish there from Ben Fawcett. He tried to pass it in. I think he didn't realise how much time he had on the ball, He's played him in. He's got a lot of time here.
He's got so much time, yeah. And listen, Ben Fawcett, he works his socks off, and he's a really good player at this level, and he probably should get a couple more goals, and he just doesn't always show that confidence, unfortunately, in front of goal. But that's a great opportunity. He's on the edge of the box with acres of time. I don't know what Caernarfon are doing, by the way, in terms of defending. They've stepped off it here a little bit, and I'm sure Fish will be getting after them.
In the last 5 5 to 6 minutes, Fawcett and Amoon have got on the ball and they're starting to link the play a bit more, so that's why Haverfordwest are getting more into this game now. First 15 to 17 minutes it was all Caernarfon, but definitely the Bluebirds getting back into this. Gossett to too wide, Matty Jones. Great defending from Ricky Watts. He was going to be first as soon as I was played in. Great defending. Dominic Smith got to clear his lines. Still in play. Can he keep it in? There's not a lot in it. Just runs out. There have been 3. We talked about goals, Kane. We both expect goals this afternoon. But looking through the records, there's been 3 0-0s over the last 8 games between these two, which surprised the two of us.
Yeah, because both teams, you know, play really attacking football, play with strikers and attacking flair. So for the first thing we said was there's going to be goals in this game, and now you said there's 3 0-0s in the last 6 games. That's not really hopeful, is it?
There's Tony Pennock there. It's dog's life when you've been sent off.
Well, Jonah.
Flicked on Ewan Lewis. Mooney adds a lot of stability when he's in the team at the back. He's one of those defenders, Phil Mooney. He's an experienced defender. He's not interested in bombing forward and linking up the plays and everything. He's a stout defender and a good defender too. Every team, like we talk about it, but every team, you can have your flyers, Kane, you can have your attacking fullbacks. When you're in a team who don't give goals away, like Caernarfon haven't given many away this year, you've got to have out-and-out defenders playing.
Absolutely. Caernarfon have got stardust at the top of the pitch, and they always do, but they've always also got 4 or 5 players who, like we said, give you 7, 8 out of 10 or 6 or 7s out of 10 every single week without fail, and he's one of those, Mooney. The midfield 3 the same, you know, and that's where this kind of consistency that they've shown so far this season comes from, is those lads who show consistent performances every week.
Seeing the results today, Kane, it's just a question to pose you. You're in the Caernarfon dugout, you're down at Haverfordwest County, which is a difficult away trip. You've seen today's results. Are you taking an away point?
Do you know what? Normally I think you would, but I think with the momentum they've got at the minute, they're thinking we can go and beat anybody. You know, they stuck 6 on Llanelli and 5 on Flint, I think it was, away from home. You know, they're in a great place, so they have to ride this wave now and go, look, we can win anywhere. Even we go and win, look.
Yeah, even with the casualties today.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, they're on. He's pulled it back across. It's a great save from Connor Roberts again. Ben Fawcett finding space. Almost tried to pull it back to Yori Humphreys. In the end, it's a decent save by Connor Roberts. You know, he has to make it.
Yeah, brave from Connor. He stuck his hand on his head where it hurts, and great run from Ben Fawcett, by the way. Another great ball from Shepherd. You know, he's getting on the ball a little bit more, and I think it was Yori Humphreys just trying to get across the front post, and he might have been caught by his own player with Matty Jones in the end. But, you know, positive signs from Haverfordwest now.
You look at the last 10 to 15 minutes, are you a little bit alarmed if you're Richard Davies at the type of passes Shepherd is starting to make?
Yeah. Look, I think they've tried to get Ewan Lewis to almost man-mark Shepherd, to say, look, take him out of the game because he's their creativity. It worked for the first 10 minutes because they had the football, really, Caernarfon, but Haverfordwest have got a bit of a foothold and Shepherd's getting on the ball. If he gets on the ball more often, then look, he's going to cause problems. He's got a great passing range, short and long.
Humphreys. Walters getting his hand up for a corner. Has it gone for a corner? I think it has. It's a soft one to give away. Definitely a soft one to give away. And often they can cost you, you know. Got Danny Gossett will be disappointed the corner's being given there.
Just 1 or 2 sloppy moments creeping in for Caernarfon, is there? Sloppy pass out to Matty Jones for the throw-in, and then another sloppy moment from Gossett in the corner gives away a corner, and now they're under it a little bit.
And it'll be whipped underneath the bar. Near post. Goes behind, off the blue shirt of Jones. Just a little bit more pace and height on it wanted, really. Haverfordwest lost Luke Tabone to Southport, Zach Jones to AFC Fylde, Jacob Owen to TNS, Harry John, Cardiff Met, Lee Jenkins. Well done, Lee. He's had a good move to Newport and he started really well there. So But that's, 5 good players. So Pennock again is doing a decent job with a reduced squad.
Yeah, it's in stark contrast to Caernarfon, who've added probably 8 or 9 real top players, and Haverfordwest have lost 6 or 7, and Lee Jenkins, like you said, for me, one of the best centre-halves in this league.
Yeah, definitely.
Has been consistently now for 3 or 4 years, and like you said, doing really well at Newport County, which is fantastic for him.
Just a quiet word as well. Good luck to Louis Lloyd, who's gone to St Johnstone in Scotland. He was joint Golden Boot scorer last year with James Kroll, and if you're listening in, Louis, good luck. Let's start getting amongst the goals up there and show them how good a player you are. Strong tackle again. Either way, it's a yellow card for Fawcett. It was a strong 50-50. You're wincing next to me there.
Yeah, looked a bit of a high one. They haven't complained, the Caernarfon player, so maybe, just on the ankle. Probably okay because his foot's off the floor, but I think if he's planted, it's probably higher, and he's okay. I think it's a yellow card. I think it's the correct decision.
It is, and credit to Morgan Owen as well.
Absolutely.
Not to play act it. Well done, Morgan Owen. Don't think Fawcett's that type of player anyway.
No, absolutely not. He's not. He's a great lad and a full-blooded player, but not that type. So yellow's correct.
Roberts again the target. Adam Davies. Jones has dealt well with him so far. First header goes into the box. Mooney gets the head. Hawkins. Can Shepherd keep it in? He has to do a lot to keep it in anyway. It's being tracked by Matty Jones. Comes back across. Arrows it across. Headed away by Smith. Bradley. Almost in space. It's gone a bit scrappy at the moment. We could just do with a bit more quality on the ball, especially with the passing. Again, intercepted. Just one of those 5 or 10 minutes in the game where they're sort of shadow boxing each other, Kane.
Yeah, I think Haverfordwest will be happy that they've got themselves back into the game, if you like. I know it's 0-0, but in terms of the way the game was going and the momentum shift, they've kind of steadied the ship a little bit, so they'll be happy with that. But Caernarfon, on the other hand, they'll be, just thinking we need to put a few passes together. We've been sloppy for 5 or 10 minutes, and we need to get back onto it.
Jones again. He's arrowed a few of them down that line so far, 3 or 4. Hasn't had much reward yet, but if he keeps doing it and Bradley can get on the end of him. Again, Fawcett running his socks off to try and get there first. Humphreys, to be fair, was the marker for the first 10 minutes, but he's going forward a lot with the ball now. Josh Locke tries his luck, left-footed. Miles over it, finishes. But do you see Locke as a wide man, or do you see him as a? Would you like to prefer him as a 10?
Yeah, I think he's a 10. I think he'll be a 10 just because of his stature, and he's a clever football player. But I think he's going to have to play off the flanks at some times because they've got Sean Bradley on the other side who loves to play on the left side, so they need that balance on the right. So it might have to be him. I don't think he's going to play centrally in this system with the 3 dogs they've got in there in terms of Lewis, Gossett and
today's results: Colvin Bay 2, Briton Ferry 2, Llanelli 0, Bala 1, Penabont 0, Conisky Nomads 1, Barry 0, TNS 0, Flint 4, Cardiff Met 2. Interesting set of results. Very, very hard to predict today, King.
Yeah, it's been a little bit like that this league, hasn't it? To start with, Bala get a great result away from home. Barry Town get a great result to hold the champions, and I don't think we could have predicted any of them, if I'm honest, today.
And Flint scoring goals for fun. 4 today against Cardiff Met. They got beaten in the week 3-2, but they are scoring goals for fun, which is a good sign.
Yeah, just got to keep them out the other end, because even when they are winning games, it looks like they're in thrillers, aren't they? And it's not always great to be in thrillers. I'm sure Lee Fowler will be thinking, right, can we start to keep some clean sheets?
Fowler's done a decent job at Flint. A very good job.
Really good job.
Bradley taking the throw. He opts to leave it to Matty Jones. 34 minutes on the clock. Haverfordwest County 0, Caernarfon Town 0. Morgan Owen being called across to fire the long throw in. It's definitely creeping back into the game, the art of the long throw.
It is. I think most, you look at it in the Premier League, in the English Premier League, long throws are a part of the game now. Set piece coaches and whatnot.
Absolutely.
They're massive.
Andy Legg could be making a comeback. Fires it in. It's headed out for a corner off Ben Amoun. Or does it go for a throw? It shows us a throw in. Headed across to the edge of the box. Ewan Lewis, he'll give handball. The referee will give handball. He's unlucky, it's bounced up, but directly on his left arm. He scored 39 goals in the league at Haverfordwest County last season. Unbelievably, Kane, they were the third lowest behind Aberystwyth and Newtown, yet they got to Europe. Shows how good they were in their defensive play last season.
Unbelievable. And like we said, they've lost players. They've lost probably two of their most key players in that position in terms of the two centre-halves and the goalkeeper. So, you'd think they won't be as good in that area this year, so they'll probably have to score a few more goals. So there will be a little bit more pressure on Big Ben up top there and little Ben Fawcett next to him.
Abruzzese skipping down the left wing. Fawcett starting to get on the ball a lot more now. Fawcett, he's linking the play well, which is what we talked about in the first 20 minutes. It wasn't being done, but instead of going for that long ball over their head, they're starting to play into feet and they're getting more rewards. Locke, he's definitely two-footed, Josh Locke. She looks comfortable on either foot. Can he switch the play? Matty Jones waiting out wide. Good first touch from Jones. Davies trying to play down the end, but it's cut out by Dan Hawkins. Haven't seen a lot of Dan Hawkins as yet.
I was just about to say the same thing. I think the only time we've seen him was when Shepherd played that ball and he missed a chance, unfortunately. But they need to get him on the ball more. He's a football player. He's being missed out at the minute, and he's not really somebody who's going to get on second ball. So, can they play into his feet and get themselves moving forward?
Fawcett, as you say about centre forwards, in the running stakes, if you were clocking up miles in the running, I think he'd be right at the top of the forwards in the Cymru Premier of the miles he covers. Yeah,
no doubt. I'm glad I'm not playing at this level, because I can't compete with it in terms of the way he runs. He just closes down. He doesn't give centre halves a second's piece. Even when he's on the ball, he just looks like he's doing something, doesn't he?
But does that cost him goal-wise?
Potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially, yes. I'm sure he'd argue no, and I wouldn't argue with him. But I always just think sometimes you've got to be between the sticks.
Look after
when it
yourself
matters.
a bit more. Great ball. Amoun's in there. Can he get there? Great tackle from Mooney. What's a penalty? And not a lot of arguments. Connor Roberts asked the referee why. Mooney says why. But Ryan Kennedy points to the spot. And it's not a frantic argument, Kane, is it?
No, it doesn't look like they're really displeased with the decision. I think everybody on the pitch seems to be in agreement. It didn't look it at the first, but Ben must get a toe on it, which he does, and it looks not too much contact. But listen, you go to ground in the box, you don't get the ball.
Here we go again.
That's what happens.
He just gets the first contact, like you said, which was important.
Well done, Ben.
He earns the penalty, shall we say?
Yeah, it's clever. Look, it's really, really clever. And who am I to say?
And he'll take
dived
it
in the box. It's a really clever play from Ben. He's done great. He's won his team a penalty.
This could really set this game up. It's 6 minutes before half-time. Ben Amoun with a chance to get the first goal against the league leaders. Connor Robertson goals. Amoun to take the kick. It's 1-0. Cooley slotted into the corner. And the Bluebirds go 1-0 ahead against the league leaders. Haverfordwest County 1, Caernarfon Town 0.
Jonah, you said about big games, big goals and big games for Big Ben, and he's done it again. He's put his team 1-0 up in a game that two teams that are going to be in the top of this league. He's got himself in front because of his work ethic and his ability to go and get the ball in the box and won himself a penalty. He picked himself up and put it in the net.
And just going back on something we talked about during the game, was that vital pass from Shepherd again?
Yeah, listen, he he's their key player at the moment in terms of getting on the ball. They've got to stop him. Ewan Lewis has been given a job to get him.
We talked about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And if he's on the ball, he creates something. And Big Ben up top, like you said, if he's in and around the box, he's a danger. And he's just shown that.
Should definitely set up a great game now for the rest of it. Phil Mooney could count himself a little bit unlucky.
Yeah, I think so.
It's one of those ones, if you're supporting the Covey Army, you're saying it's not. If you're supporting the Bluebirds, you're saying it is. It's just, you know, it's not clear cut, is it?
No, it's not. But for me, when you do go to ground in the box,
you've got to get the ball.
Absolutely, you don't get the ball. You know, you can't argue too much, and they weren't arguing. As you know, that's the first thing you said, Jonah. Is they don't seem like they're arguing with the decision.
It was Shepherd with that pass again. There is not a lot of physical contact there.
No, there's not.
One of the fans has just shouted over to the commentary box, did we get a gift? No comment. No comment. Mooney. Morgan Owen. I don't think you can take anything away from him. How cool he slotted it in, by the way.
Brilliant. He's really confident at the minute, and he's shown that in Europe. He got a goal last week with an assist as well, and he's in a great moment, Benamoon. So
it's turned out a great move for him, Kane. I mean, he went to Pontypridd, did well at Pontypridd. He went to Penabont and down the town for a while.
Yeah, listen, it's worked out really well for him. They were in need of somebody. Yeah, they were in need of someone who was going to, you know, get a few goals, but also be a focal point, and that's what he is at the minute. You know, he's a big boy who works hard and with great quality, by the way. With great quality, I've got to add that, because he definitely has that, and he's adding goals to his game in big games.
And if you're going to get a goal just before half-time, is usually key time in the game. 3 minutes to go. Lock. It's just about evened itself out, Kane. The start was a brilliant start from Caernarfon. They looked to be on the ball, and they looked to be producing real quality for the first 20 minutes. You have to say the last 20 Haverfordwest have played their way back in the game, and they may, you know, their supporters especially will say we've earned the goal. No
doubt. Yeah, they've worked really hard. They've worked really, really hard, and they've got themselves back into the game through sheer hard work. Again, Ben Fawcett, you know, in his own half, working hard and trying to win tackles. They have worked really hard. They deserve to be back in the game. Do they deserve to be in front? Maybe not, but they definitely deserve to be at least, you know, on parity with Caernarfon's really strong start. Caernarfon will be disappointed because they had, you know, control of the game, and they've
to give such a soft goal away.
Absolutely, yeah. So they'll be disappointed.
Almost. He's in. Ewan Lewis, can he get it across the box? He pulls it back across the Ross. Bradley! What a clearance! Dan Hawkins, the number 10. How has he appeared there? That is your number 10 who plays usually 10 to 15 yards behind your strikers, and he makes a fantastic clearance off the line. What a clearance that is.
That's kind of been the story of the half, is that Haverfordwest have dug in, and, you know, look at this for a clearance. Dan Hawkins, really clever to go back onto the line. It's not what a forward player would normally do, you know, but maybe he's thinking, right, you know, if I was in this position, that's what I would expect a defender to do.
Bradley hasn't done a lot wrong here.
No, he's beaten the goalkeeper. I don't expect a number 10 to be on the line, does he? So great block from Dan Hawkins. As good as a goal.
That's a football in mind. We talked about him as he's been a professional at Hull City, but that's a professional mind. Getting in behind your goalkeeper like that as a number 10 and making that sort of clearance most probably gives his club the lead at half-time.
Absolutely, you know, it's as big as he got a bit of stick for missing the chance just, you know, 20 minutes ago, but he's just kind of atoned for that in terms of stopping a goal. That's a goal there, you know. He stopped the goal, so fantastic from Dan Hawkins.
Just got a feeling this is going to set up what could be a special second half. Caernarfon still with 45 minutes to retain their place at the top of the league. Roberts. It'd be interesting at half-time how many little words most probably will be in the referee's ear to ask once again yes or no, but it doesn't matter now. It's done. 30 seconds of the first 45 to go. Second goal now, by the way, would be massive if they were to get another one. A little bit of a head injury there. I think Fawcett jumped. Just might have had a hand in Dominic Smith's eye. Yeah, it often happens. No intent there. It's just the way he's jumped. 3 added minutes. There are the boys who are making all the noise on S4C today. Great to see, Kane. Great to see youngsters attending the game like that and getting involved, eh?
Yeah, that's what this league needs, doesn't it? More fans, more young people coming into these games and becoming fans of the league and clubs in the league.
Gossett, Mooney. Gossett looking to get in, plays it down to Adam Davies. Locke. I have a sneaky feeling that they'll go in and come out with Locke as a 10 in the second half, because he's definitely more dangerous in there. He's a little bit too wide for me. Owen gets a shot off, his second of the afternoon. Again, not on target, but he's keen to get involved. He has the ability.
Yeah, he's shown previously, he can score from this range. He's got a great strike on him. He's tried a couple of times, but listen, they don't want to give him too many opportunities from that range, because he has proven that he can put them in.
Three added minutes. Luke Rees, his underrated save, first of all, is one of the main reasons why the Bluebirds are still ahead. I'm sure it'll be shown at half-time, because it's a miraculous save, King.
Yeah, it's massive now, isn't it? It's bigger now because they've gone 1-0 up and looks like they're going to carry a 1-0 lead into half-time, and that's huge. They go 1-0 down there with momentum against them. Could have been a different game, so yeah, huge save.
And the wind, I would say, is swirling both ends. It's not as if it's a massive advantage out there. Amoun, can he keep that in? He runs out of play. Connor Roberts sent the wrong way by Ben Amoun in the 39th minute, 40th minute, to give the Bluebirds a 1-0 advantage at the Oggy Bridge Stadium. They're just one of these. This is one of these games that goes under it can't go under the radar. This is a massive 3 points. Well, Caernarfon Town to go 4 or 5 points clear, were they to get 3 points. Haverfordwest needed just as much. That's why it'll be a keenly contested affair in the second period. Owen. Davies heads it across. It's hooked on by Ewan Lewis. He's made the first header, so he's out of the front line. The referee, Ryan Kenny, blows the whistle. The end of the first 45 minutes down in Haverfordwest. Haverfordwest County 1, Caernarfon Town 0. From myself and Kane McLagan, we look forward to seeing you in the second period.
Dyna ni, un gol ynddi ar yr egwyl, felly gêm gystadleuol. Tu hwnt a tipyn mwy i ddod wrth gwrs. Fan hyn ar sgorio, newn ni edrych nôl ar hanner cyntaf yna yn y man, ond edrych nôl ar rhywbeth arall o'r wythnos yma nesa. Rheolwr Cymru, Craig Bellamy, di coeddi'r garfan ar gyfer y gêm nesa ar y ffordd i gwpan y byd, gobeithio Cymru'n teithio i Kazakhstan. Dyma oedd gan Mr Bellamy ddweud ar ôl coeddi'r garfan.
Kazakhstan to come, Craig, you've been asked a lot about the logistics, the travel. I think it's 6,000 miles round trip, something like that. The travelling fans are always special, but to go somewhere as far as this.
Yeah, and we've never been there before, so it's, we don't have experiences to draw back on from other camps as well, so it's new for us, but it's good. But to have, 1,000 fans being able to make that journey is, I do not know how. Honestly, I think there's one who left about a month ago.
Yeah, there is.
We're trying to find that out. Yeah, so we got to see him because it means so much to us. I got to be honest, I'm beyond proud of that fact. When we went North Macedonia, and you see it's like So many Welsh shirts there, and then Belgium was just like incredible.
I think half of Wales was
impressive.
It was
incredible. That's all I seen. It was all I seen, and it's just so it's so lifting for everyone. And to see how they all get on with each other as well. They're like their own group as well. They look after each other. And the amount of emails we get sent back from the nation who just hosted us, thanking us for the behaviour of them and how they conduct themselves, that's like, it's so important. We want to play like that. We want to play like, you know, we're well behaved, like we work hard, but we enjoy ourselves when we play. So I see a resemblance, and I want to be that, what they set. I want our team to be that as well.
You mentioned belief. Is that the message now as we're going into the second half and the final part of this World Cup qualifying campaign?
Yeah, we're halfway through it, and I think we have to believe what we've seen so far. Now we still know it's a lot of hard work, and there's going to have to be one or two things that go our way. But I honestly believe in the way we play, in the team, in the coaches, everyone associated with us. I feel we all believe. Because when I played, I never had that belief against the top teams. And people might say he's critical, but I knew our goalkeeper was going to have the best game ever. I knew we were going to be in pain, we were going to defend in deep, and if we got a counter-attack and maybe scored and hung on, it was going to be that type. That's how we're only going to win against these type of nations. And it was hard to play in. And you might get the odd win against a top nation every now and then, but living like that, like you're going to lose 8 out of 10, say, for instance. But to be able to come here as a manager, to have that belief I never had as a player, because I had hope. Now, I do like hope, trust me, when it's all, you know, dead and buried, hope's a nice thing to have, but also hope can kill you. It hurts. But when you have serious belief, real belief, I was beyond grateful for that, and I thank them for it.
So gwaith ni wedi clywed yna, y gobaith sy'n claddu chi fel arfer, gobaith gan Gymru yn Kazakhstan. Wel, maen nhw angen pwyntiau i aros yn y ras i gyrraedd cwpan y byd. Mae'n fyw ganol pnawn. Cofiwch, hanner awr wedi 2 byddwn ni gyda chi ar S4C. Gewn ni weid pnawn da, a cymryd drosto rhaglen pnawn da yn swyddogol. Ie, gwych chi esgus i adael ysgol yn gynnar. Gwball ni checio ar y thrawon am hynny gyntaf, wrth gwrs. Fan hyn, am gêm sydd gyda ni, mae'n mor gystadleuol yn Davies Sean. Mae un gol yn mynd i fod yn bwysig, oedd Mike Davies yn sôn am ni. Dyma y gol, y digwyddiad yn arwen ati. A ni dal yn holi, os oedd ni'n gicwr swatyn.
Wel, dim ond y dyfarnwr allweud yn uniongyrchol pan bod ei roed iddi. Peth ydyn ni gallu... Yr unig beth dwi'n meddwl, right, does dim lot o protestio o chwaraewyr Caernarfon. Dyn nhw ddim amgylchynu y dyfarnwr am y penderfyniad yma fe wneud, ond am hwn yn cael y cyffyrdde cyntaf, a wedyn mae yna gwrthdrawiad ar gefen sowdl am hwn. Falle dyna'r rheswm mae'r dyfarnwr yn rhoi, ond dwi ddim yn hollol siŵr.
Mae'n teimlo fel, mi fydd VAR yn cyrraedd y gyngor yma rhywbwynt, a mi fydden nhw'n edrych ar hwnna, a dwi dal ddim yn sicr bydde fi... A peth yw hefyd, as broses wedyn ni, mae'r dyfarnwr wedi rhoi cic o'r smotyn, felly mae'n rhaid chi benderfynu bod wedi gwneud camgymeriad. A dwi'n credu falle bydde VAR yn dod i'r casgliad yna.
Na, sa'n credu bydden nhw. Dim oherwydd bod y dyfarnwr wedi rhoi di, fi'n credu bydde'r penderfyniad wedi sefyll.
Ie, diddorol, yn dod i. Ond mae'n gol bwysig dros ben. Ni wedi bod yn canmol Caernarfon cyn y gêm, y chreuwyr newydd sy'n tanio. Wel, mae wedi cael cyfleoedd fan hyn, ond dal i edrych am y gol yna.
Ie, a falle yn y gemau sydd wedi bod, mae'r goliau wedi bod yn llifo. Maen nhw wedi cael cyfleon. Hon a Smith oedd y gorau o'r ddwy at gwrs Sean Bradley reit ar y diwedd, ond yn wahanol i'r wythnosau sydd wedi bod, mae hon yn gol wythnos diwetha erbyn efo chwaraewr sy'n o safon Caernarfon, ond ar hyn o bryd dwi ddim cweit yn llifo i Caernarfon, a Sean Bradley, mae'n gwneud popeth yn iawn fan'na, ond Hawkins ar y llinell yn y man cywir yn just yn achub i dîm.
Ie, a mae rhaid canmol Holffordd, achos mae lot o chwaraewyr nhw yn gwneud popeth yn iawn hefyd. Dwi wedi gwybod mae'r frwydr yng nghanol cae yn dal eich sylw chi yn bendant, a fel ar draws y hanner cyntaf, mae Holford sydd wedi bod yn ennill y frwydr i raddau.
Ie, nhw sydd wedi bod yn ennill yr ail bêl. Pe maen nhw allan o meddiant, maen nhw ar sodle Caernarfon yn ysu nhw cael y bêl nôl. Dyn ni wedi sôn tipyn am ymddiffyn Holford y chweir sydd wedi cael ei golli yn ystod y haf. Wel, mae'r pedwar yn y cefn wedi gwneud swydd arbennig o dda heddi.
Maen nhw wedi creu hefyd, ambell i gyfle o ran Holford, gewn ni bip ar hynny. Maen nhw'n yn dda i'w gwylio, dwi'n gofod nhw falle bod yr end product ddim na gymaint, ond pan maen nhw'n troi'r symudiadau at ei gilydd, maen nhw'n fygythiad.
Rhyw 4 gwaith maen nhw wedi gallu rhoi y bas na tu ôl i amddiffyn Caernarfon yn creu hafoc i amddiffyn Caernarfon. Felly maen nhw'n gweud patrynau o flaen am amddiffyn, a wedyn y pas na Corey Shepherd dwywaith, hon yn bas arbennig, reit i lwybr, a dyle fe wneud lot yn well fyna o leia bwrw'r targed.
Do, ni'n clywed sgwrs hanner amser cyn y gêm gyda Swybi yn Saesneg, Ken McLagan a Mark Jones yn canmol Shepherd, ond nhw'n iawn i wneud hynny, mae fe wedi cael hanner cyntaf gwych.
Ydy, mae fe'n ennill y bêl i'w dîmau yn ganol ca, o hefyd mae'n gallu creu y bas na sy'n creu y lle i'r llinell flan Holford.
Un o'r gemau na sy'n dal eich sylw chi'n hoelio'ch sylw chi, ond un gol yn ddigon, yn fod yn ddiddorol yn yr ail hanner.
Ydy, fi'n gweld Caernarfon dod allan, fi'n gweld nhw cael gol, ond Holford ar y foment yn amddiffynol, maen nhw'n iawn, maen nhw'n gryf.
A mae'r hael allan, unwaith eto. Gwych, ni'n hapus am hynny, ta beth. Cofiwch am eich pwyntiau, tipyn o benwthnos wedi bod yn uwch gyngor Cymru JD. Mae rhaid chi fynd ar gwefan y cymdeithasol ni. Gol Rhys Hughes i Caernarfon am hen y bont gyda llaw. Special arall gan Rhys Hughes. Ni sôn am Gymru, ni wedi bod yn clywed gan reolwr Cymru Craig Bellamy, dewch ni'n clywed gan reolwr y tîm dan 11 nesa, Matty Jones, fy nhw'n paratoi ar gyfer ymgyrch gyffroes arall.
Matty, it's been a long wait since the end of the last campaign against Czech Republic. Excited for the new campaign and being able to name a squad?
Yeah, absolutely. I've just sat around for the last couple of months swinging my whistle and my stopwatch. It's probably the biggest frustration for any international coach, although we're actively working in the background, monitoring players, maintaining, building relationships with clubs. Obviously, you've seen a lot of movement with our young players, having those loan opportunities, and that's more exciting than anything because we know the importance of that exposure to senior football.
The group is just as tough this time. Is it frustration in that and how tough this group is, having done so well last time?
Well, I need to ground myself in terms of not getting too carried away. You know, on reflection, I don't think I can be any more focused. I don't think I can be any more concentrated as a lead coach in terms of managing my players and staff. But what it does make me is more hungry. You know, having that taste of coming so close wants me to go one step further. And I felt that from every single member of staff. I felt it from every player. What we know of Denmark, obviously, it's a reunion for us, isn't it? That first game of the campaign where we took points in their own backyard. I'm sure they'll be wanting to do the same to us. But the onus is on us. And, I'm determined to go all out against the top seeds. Really am. We've been working on the game plan for a number of weeks now. It's definitely going to be a challenging campaign, and there is definitely no frustration there, because when I was at the UEFA headquarters and the draw came out and you see those nations, I was really wanting England and Germany and Spain and Italy, for the attraction of it and the real challenge. But we know we're equally going to have that from Belgium, Austria, Denmark and Belarus. They're all going to be challenges in their own way. We've got to overcome that. So I definitely feel we got the heart and desire. Hopefully we have the agility to adapt to each game. And the biggest goal for me, and I have to say this, is projecting players, whether it's fast tracking or supporting them through a pathway to our national team. That's where I really get joy, is knowing that we've supported our senior national team and we're supporting the future generation of Welsh football.
Gwychlwg am Matty Jones, ymgyrch fawr arall yn dechrau i Gymru, yn dechrau yn erbyn Denmark. A ni'n dilyn y cyfan o ran sgorio, cofiwch am hynny i gyd y cyfnod rhyngwladol ar fi'n dechrau. Mae'n mynd i fod yn brysur dros ben. A dwi'n cael cwmni gŵr arbennig nawr. Mae Cain McLagan gyda fi. Welcome, Cain. Nice to have you here. I'm so used to saying Barrytown striker. That's changed. We'll ask about Newport City in a minute. But your old club are doing all right this season. Fair play. A draw against the New Saints today. Some results.
Yeah, great result. They started well. They've had a few good results. Obviously lost at Penabont at home, but can happen. But yeah, they've started well, and what a result today. I think it's probably the first point they've got in maybe 20 years, I think, at home. They've had some good results away, but at home they've struggled. So yeah, Steve Jenkins will be really pleed with that.
Yeah, well, you were part of some of those good results away. Fair play. How's life with Newport City then? How's it going for you?
Yeah, good. We started well. A few wins on the board and got off the mark in terms of goals as well. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I just kind of want to play football and make sure that I'm, you know, in the starting lineup often, and probably a little bit less travelling and pressure as well, which is enjoyable. Spend some more time with my family as well.
We hear a lot of that, to be fair. Cymru South is so competitive. You had a taste of it when Barry went down, bounced straight back up, of course. What's it like this season in the Cymru South?
Yeah, competitive. There's 3 spots to come into this league,
course, so
so it's probably as competitive as it's been in terms of clubs are trying their best to get into those 3 spots, you know, and there's probably 4 or 5 teams now who are really having a go at it. So yeah, I'd imagine it's the same in Cymru North as well. But yeah, it's really competitive, enjoying it.
Yeah, what we're seeing so far, it looks a very, very competitive league. Like this game, competitive. What have you made of it? Yeah,
good game. Caernarfon started really well. Haverfordwest grew into the game and, you know, probably just about deserved to be in front in terms of getting that penalty, which I'm sure we'll talk about.
So we'll talk about it now. Why not?
Yeah.
Was it a penalty? Simple question. It's not a simple answer, is it? We can see it here, but you've seen it a few times already.
Listen, the first time I saw it, I thought Downey's got the ball. Mooney's got the ball, but he didn't get the ball on second glance. Once you go to ground in the box and you don't get the ball, I'd argue it's probably a penalty. Now, Ben's made the most of it, which good strikers do. I've done it myself, and I'm sure people will say the same. But once you go to ground in the box, you don't get the ball. It's a penalty for me.
Yeah, it's one of those first reactions. You're thinking, oh, all of us were looking at each other. When you see it, once you see that there is a touch on the player, and VAR light will be coming in. I'm not sure VAR light would solve. What is interesting, if the ref's given it, I can't see them changing their minds on something like that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a massive error, which is what they're talking about in terms of VAR. You know, stopping huge errors by referees. I wouldn't call that a big error. I think it's 50-50. But yeah, I'll go with the striker on this one.
Yeah, players are back. Just quickly, big second half. See Caernarfon coming back into this?
I think so. I think they will. I think they'll score. They've scored all the goals this season so far, and I think they'll score. So Haverfordwest will probably need another to win the game.
There we are. We've had a shift. We'll be playing another team this season. Cain McLagan, thank you very much. Diolch i Cain, mae fe mynd ôl I sylwebu. Cain's back to join Mark Jones. Jonah waiting. English language commentary is available, of course. Ac yn i'n ôl i'r uchelfannau fel fi wedi bod yn gweud. Fi'n gweld nhw. Yw'ch ym mhen I fan hyn. Byddai'n mynd ôl i'n mynd yn nawr. Siôn Mynediaeth, wrth ochr Mike Davies.
Welcome back to the Augie Bridge Stadium in Haverfordwest, where the Bluebirds lead through a Ben Amoun penalty, 1 goal ahead of the current league leaders Caernarfon Town. Back alongside me after this half-time interview, Cain McLagan. Cain, as you said, good 45 minutes in prospect. This could be interesting. What a save in the end from Connor Roberts. I expected him to come and catch the cross, but it's a brilliant save from Ben Amoun, who could have made it 2-0.
Unbelievable save. It's point blank. You know, it's probably a yard. What is it, 2 or 3 yards out? He's in the 6-yard box. It's a great save. You do think he may come and claim it, but he's trusted his reflexes and made a great double save in the end.
You see some chances just after half-time. That is 30 seconds, a minute into the second half. Could have unbelievably put the Bluebirds 2-0 ahead. And you have to, like you said, back the goalkeeper in the end. I thought he should have come for the cross, I'm being honest. Definitely. It was up there for long enough. He doesn't come, but he makes a wonderful save to keep it at 1-0. No changes at half-time. Any positional changes we'll have to study ourselves, King.
Yeah, it looks as though they've both, you know, gone with the same the same shape. Both teams will be pleased with parts of the first half, you know. So you wouldn't imagine to see too many changes unless it stays this way, and Caernarfon maybe have to change the game. But Haverfordwest will be pleased with their shape and you know, quite happy with the way the game's going.
Roberts tries that diag, looking for Sean Bradley. This 4-3-3, when Adam Davies for most of the season so far has been playing with Zach Clark up top, they're more or less a 2. Now Adam Davies is the lone striker here this afternoon because Bradley almost playing left wing, like we said, and Locke playing right wing. Davies, I think, is a type of striker, 6'4" striker. You like somebody around you, Kane, like yourself. You know, you could play offside alongside Adam all day. Adam needs somebody alongside him.
I agree. I think that's what they've missed since that first 10 minutes, and they've not really got the ball into him. They've not got players around him. Now, the 3 midfielders are probably not going to do it. I think Ewan Lewis has tried his best to get himself involved. They do miss Mendes, who does that really well in terms of joining in from midfield. But, like you said, you'd probably like a Zach Clark or a Louis Lloyd from last season.
Oh, well, there you
know,
are.
near Adam Davies.
I wonder, you know, that Louis Lloyd, if he'd have stayed, they've started well, Caernarfon. If Louis Lloyd's sort of goal-scoring ability and all-round ability was in this squad, they would be you know, not talking favourites, but they would be competing, I think, all the way with everybody else at the top. Late challenge here, referee just a little bit late. Locke gets away with no card though. Abruzzese goes over, but he's fit enough to take the set play. Abruzzese back to Kyle McCarthy. McCarthy, as per usual in the first half, just basically does what's asked of him every week. There's some weeks you can't even see Kyle McCarthy on the pitch, but you played against him often enough, King.
Yeah, he's one of those players, and he's unassuming. He doesn't really do anything wrong.
As he's just done then.
Yeah, absolutely. But he makes his challenges, makes his blocks, wins his headers, keeps the ball. I know he's just giving away their commentator's curse, of course, but you know, he's very consistent. Again, we talk about consistent players, and he is one of those.
Sunshine breaking through in Haverfordwest. Roberts. It's a great headers, a great flick as well. Davies. There's that hold-up play. He wants bodies around him this time. Bright Sunshine now. Bradley. Can he get a one-on-one against Jordy Humphreys? Bradley. Gossett playing in that deep role. It's whipped in by Morgan Owen, looking for Adam Davies. Over Adam Davies' head. Ewan Lewis will try and keep it in play. Jordy Humphreys hooks it out. Bradley again. Ricky Watts is doing a decent job alongside Jordy Humphreys, doubling up, you know, Kane. Again, I noticed it then. He's coming out from that third centre-back spot just to stop Bradley being comfortable.
Yeah, they've got two defenders, if you like, in terms of a great tackle from Greg Walters again. Two defenders on that right side, so probably to look after Bradley, wasn't it? And maybe Zach Clark, who would have played out there. And yeah, they're doing really well out there. Double up with him.
Amoun. Forset. It's a great move. He's back across the front. Just overhit the cross a little. And Matty Jones will look for Davies. Jones has done well getting there before Davies quite a few times, you know, today. He's obviously intent on getting there first. Locke. Could be a yellow. Will he go to his pocket? Or will Abruzzese get away with it? Or is it Kyle McCarthy? He just may have to talk his way out of this one. An educated defender.
He's done so well.
An educated defender.
It's a clear yellow card.
It's got to be. It is a yellow, by the way.
It is absolutely a yellow card.
Technically,
But again,
definitely.
Kyle McCarthy isn't he? He's that, you know, quiet type, and maybe his character gets him away with that.
He's asking a question deep. Smith should get the header. He gets it back across. He's tipped it. Luke Rees tips it round. He was into a great area, but the flag's gone up. I think he's picked out Dominic Smith from about 60 yards away, and the defender gets the header. It's a save from Rees, but the offside flag went up. Gossett. What a ball that is. Again, it's a great cutout. McCarthy doesn't only play that marking role, he plays the sweeper role well, and that's a sweeper. That's a sweeper's clearance, Kane, yeah?
Yeah, he reads the game really, really well. So this is what he does, Carl McCarthy. He senses danger before anybody else, reads it well, nips in, makes blocks, makes challenges, always there when needed.
First 6 minutes of the second period, Haverfordwest 1-0 ahead against Caernarfon Town. The sun blazing sunshine now. I think we need the sunglasses, Kane. From the umbrella to the sunglasses in an hour and a half.
I told you you wouldn't need that coat, Jonah.
Watts. Chance here, or is he offside? Yeah, the flag was up. It's unlucky he's caught in the offside position there, Adam Davies. Adam covers some miles as well, Kane, for a big man. But not what I'm saying, like if you've got somebody like Clark alongside him, he doesn't have to cover them miles. So he ends up being in not a goal-scoring position often enough.
Absolutely, he's game. He'll run all day, but his game is to be in the box. That's where he does his damage. You know, when he's already got 4 goals a season, most of them have been inside the box and nodding them in and one-touch finishes. That's where he wants to be. And today he's found himself, yeah, like you said, in wide areas and probably deeper than he'd like to be. So you need to get him in that box and probably get someone around him, like you said previously.
McCarthy, who's been prominent in the second half. Mooney. Back to Owen. Aruzazi with the header away. Davis again. 30 or 40 yards outside the penalty area. Morgan Owen spreads play to Matty Jones. The fullbacks will have to push on if they're going to get back in this game, King.
Yeah, I think so. They've been a bit tentative, haven't they, in this opening period of the second half. First half, Matty Jones was getting on the ball a little bit more and feeding Sean Bradley, but we've not seen Sean Bradley in the game as much as we did in that first 10 minutes. We've barely seen him, if we're honest, in the last 30 minutes, and that's probably credit to Haverfordwest, but also, you know, Caernarfon need to get not their good players, but they're skillful players on the ball in the final third.
Yeah, Sean hasn't played a lot, has he, in the last few weeks? I thought today would be, you know, the type of game for him to come on and really torment the Haverfordwest County defence, but he has 30+ minutes left to show his class.
Josh Locke's been quiet as well in the last, 30 minutes, 50 minutes before half-time and 10 minutes after. We haven't really seen him. Like you said, Adam Davis has been in and out of the game, and yeah, it's become a game that is suiting Haverfordwest really in terms of lacking quality, if we're really honest, in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Haverfordwest will be pleased. They're 1-0 up and they've got a score on the board.
They most probably had they did in fact have as many. They had more clean sheets than TNS last year, which was unbelievable. And Pennock tends to coach his teams. I mean, he was a great goalkeeper, Pennock, and obviously he spends a lot of time with his defences. Himself and Gary Richards. Smith. Again, who I think has been a decent signing from Newtown. And Newtown and Kyasus last week with 1,700 at the game. Unbelievable.
Incredible. Yeah, incredible. Shows tier 2, there are crowds down there.
Yeah.
If you get the right games and the right teams down there, so...
Definitely.
Yeah.
Jones. Great intervention from Watts. Flew in front of Bradley. Wrong ball. He's just getting out of defence. Got a couple of his defenders out of position now, and that's where it's gone. Great touch. Bradley gets it across. Shepherd. He's give the free kick here against Shepherd. Shepherd will argue, but I don't think he can argue because he's already on a yellow, but there was definitely not a lot in this.
I think it is late. This is a touch from Sean Bradley. Brilliant first touch. Could he just find Adam Davis in the box? But like we said, he needs to be on the ball more often. the ball just comes out here, and I didn't see it, but Sheps was just a little bit late.
Bradley's over the ball. Gossett as well. It just looks a little bit far out for a direct shot on goals. Maybe a little bit of wind in his back. Gossett, yeah, I think he's pressed all the wrong buttons there, by the way. That's flown over the top of the bar. And that's just a little bit of a desperation stakes.
Not his best attempt.
Wouldn't have been out of place in the rugby earlier on. That one from Danny. You have to maybe excuse a few expletives alongside the commentators this afternoon. We apologise. Decent kick there. Shepherd. Whoa, he's in behind. And again, McCarthy gets there, but Davies keeps going. It's a strong tackle. It'll be interesting how the referee works this one out. It's definitely a brave bit of goalkeeping from young Luke Rees. He had to put up with Adam Davies coming straight at him. And it was a brave piece of goalkeeping, what keeps his team with a clean sheet, no doubt at all. No intent again, I don't think, from Davies.
No, look, he's stretching for it. I think he's got to go for it. Yes, the keeper gets there first, but no, he's got a chance of trying to nick it
out.
Past him.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got to have a go at it. Poor Luke, he's nearly kicked his nose off, bless him. But it was brave goalkeeping. Well done, Luke Rees. But Adam's got to go for that, Adam Davies. I think none of them have, committed a crime there. I think it's honest play from both.
Well, definitely, when you're the likes of a young goalkeeper, young 21-year-old Luke Rees, you stand up and be counted in them sort of 50-50s, and then you prove your worth. That goes down really well. You come out with a clean sheet from this. That goes down as a great save, by the way.
By the way, we talked about the goalkeepers, didn't we, previously, before and during the game. He's had a fantastic game as Luke Rees so far. 60 minutes, he's not put a foot wrong in terms of his distribution, made great saves. Another really brave effort there, and yeah, he's been really good.
Key player with the present scoreline staying at 1-0. Haverfordwest County 1, Caernarfon Town 0. Rees takes the kick. It's headed back in by Matty Jones and cleared by Alaric Jones. Shepherd gets the steal on, keeps the ball at his feet. He always looks up, Shepherd. He loves a long shot. Can it come across from Amoun? Forset almost. And it's hook cleared. It's going to start going end to end soon, this game. McCarthy picking up the loose ball again. Hawkins. It's knocked back across. Connor Roberts is in a bad position there. He's put in an unsafe position by his defenders. Adam Davies. Free kick given maybe against Walters, and a yellow card will be brandished. It's just starting to open up this game. 1-0. I think Caernarfon are aware now that they have to throw a little bit of caution to the wind, Kane.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not sure who suits more if the game opens up. I think Haverfordwest would prefer it to be kind of, a closed game, if you like, in terms of them just in their shape and Caernarfon having the ball if they need it, but not really hurting them. If it opens up, Sean Bradley can get on the ball, Locke can get on the ball. I don't think it's ideal for Haverfordwest to be, counter-attacking with loads of bodies and allowing Caernarfon to get back into this game. So, yeah, it'll be interesting half an hour this.
Well, Walters takes the yellow card. Yeah, at the beginning of the game, after about 10 minutes, I did ask you the question, do you think Caernarfon Town especially would have been happy with a point? I think they would now. Yeah, there's a long way to go, but it would be a good away point now.
Oh, absolutely, now it would be, yeah, no doubt.
Roberts. Luke Rees comes and collects. Referee says play on. Usual contact on any goalkeeper in the box these days is a free kick, but the referee lets that one go. Again, the long throw will be put in by Morgan Owen. Has a little bit of wind from that side behind him this time. Davies. Ball's whipped across. He could get a corner from it. Yeah, they will get a corner from it. Pressure starting to build from the Cofis. Bradley has to, with the sun as well. Is it better? Do you think he could just stand this one up, Keane? Because that sun is glaring onto that,
I think
that
so.
bar.
You know, it can't be helping.
It's a great corner in. It's headed away by Greg Walters. Owen is looking for the diag. It's headed back across. It's still in play. Out for a goal kick. Off the head. Phil Mooney. Yeah, Abadaki coming on. The ex-Bala winger. Sebi Abadaki coming on for Downey. Surely that's another wide man. And now Locke will go back inside, I think.
Yeah, it looks like Locke's going to go into midfield, into that 10 role, which is, you know, his best position. We talked about it before the game, really. He's been a little bit lost, hasn't he, out wide?
Definitely.
Locke, and this is where he's, you know, most dangerous and most creative and actually gets on the ball. He needs to be on the ball. You know, he needs to have the ball at his feet. So,
and when you're coming on as a sub, Kane, for Abadaki or anybody else, 27 minutes now is a decent time. You know, sometimes it's really difficult when you're coming on a sub for 5 or 6 minutes and you've got to prove yourself. He has half an hour now to change this game.
Absolutely, and he will cause a different problem for McCarthy and Abuzazi down on this left side. You know, he's got pace and power, and they'll look to get the ball and look to run at players, which will be, you know, will be a different problem now for Reece and Carl McCarthy.
Matty Jones gets it inside. Bradley being closely marked every time now by Yori Humphries or Ricky Watts. Locke, there he is in the 10 role. He gets a ball across. Locke pushed onto the bar, I think, by Luke Reece. Again, the sunshine was causing havoc as well as Locke, but that just goes to show he's more dangerous in the 10 role than he was out on the wing. Yeah, back to that argument, Kane. Straight away he's involved and he makes something happen. I think it's a really good save from Luke Reece going backwards, or hits the bar and then it's the post from Adam Davies on the rebound. So really fortunate there from Haverfordwest, actually. But like we said, Josh Locke straight away on the ball and something happens. Check whether he gets his hand on this as well. Looks like he makes the save, puts it onto the bar. That's another great save he's made. So Luke Reece has gone under the radar a little bit this afternoon, but could be in line for the MOM if it should stay like this. Walters, tackle from behind, referee says play on. Gossett makes the tackle. Morgan Owen, get it wide to Abadaki, flips it round Abuzazi. 4 acres of space in front of him, he puts it in, looking for Davies. It's a great ball in, but only one striker in there. Golden rule, Kane, if you're going down the one wing, other winger got to come in next to the centre forward. It's the one criticism I'd probably have of Sean Bradley is he's a fantastic player, one of the best in this league, but for how good he is, he should score more goals, and this is why. He should be in at the back stick. He should be there, Sean Bradley, and he knows that. He knows that, and he has scored plenty of goals in this league, and like I said, look, we're telling someone who's really good how to score goals, but he'll be disappointing himself because he should be there. He should be, you know, there is easy tap-ins that he can get. He scores a lot of worldies, doesn't he? Great delivery from Abadaki. Great start from him. Yeah, it is. And it will be a challenge to the two full-backs now, Abuzazi and Humphries, if they could keep it. Yellow card for Luke Reece. Seemed to have missed that one. But they definitely start to press a little bit more now, Caernarfon Town. Shows the strength of their squad now, doesn't it? They can bring, you know, probably one of Bala's best players off the bench, from last season, off the bench now to try and change this game. And
you know, they got 3 or 4 left at home today who would start in this team, and they're still really strong. So, chance.
But these are the type of games, as you know, Kane. These are the type of games you go away and get something from these games. These add up. They add up, and these put you in title challenging positions after Christmas. You know, it's a massive encounter. There's still 25 massive minutes left in this game. It's massive for Haverfordwest to get back in the top 6. It'd be massive for Caernarfon to go 4 points clear at the top. Matty Jones. And Haverfordwest, they're one of the best teams at getting bodies behind the ball and just filling up them holes, Kane. You've played against them enough to know that.
Really organised. Tony Pennock's a great organisational coach, if you like, in terms of you don't get many chances in the box. You know, they step up the line quickly. They're really organised, compact. And they'll be hard to break down here. They'll be hard to break down, and that's why they kept so many clean sheets last season.
Has the yellow card been given to somebody in the dugout? I couldn't quite pick it up who it was. May have been the goalkeeping coach. Gary Richards not in there at the moment. This will be a change. It looks like Matty Jones and Bradley over it. I'd be asking a question of the goalkeeper with this type of sunshine in his face. Bradley whips it across the front. Tipped round by Luke Rees once again. I can understand Bradley having to go from that sort of angle with the sun like it was. Corner. Bradley. Davies. They're all rooted to the line, so it has to be the in-swing again. Amoun. And Abadaki being called over by the referee. Bradley looking to produce the corner to set up the equaliser. Whipped to the back post this time. There's too much on it this time. You'd be disappointed with that one. "68 minutes has flown by, Kane. We're nearly into the last 20 minutes. It hasn't been, we've got to be honest, TNS against Cardiff in the Gennaro League. 5:15 this weekend, or 7th of September, I think. Shepherd pulls it right across the front. Again, Mooney defends well. They've had their spell there for about 10 or 15 minutes, Caernarfon, but never really asked a massive question.
No, Haverfordwest have done really well when they've kind of been under pressure. They haven't really given away chances. You know, I know Josh Locke hit the bar, but they weren't really clear chances. It was a kind of a cross shot, wasn't it, from Josh Locke? They haven't created much, though. And Haverfordwest have been, in control of the game, if you like, without having the ball.
Yeah, and always capable of sneaking a second as well. Roberts rushes it a bit more this time. Adam Davies, a great touch from Davies. Locke will look to take Alaric Jones on in that position. Again, looking to get it wide. Matty Jones and Bradley out there waiting. Are you surprised they kept, even though they brought Abadaki on and pushed Locke back in the 10, you surprised they haven't put anybody next to Adam Davies, Kane?
Yeah, I think so, but I think what they're going to do is try and ask Josh Locke to get closer to him.
Yeah.
That's the idea, I think. Is as much as they want him on the ball, they want him closer to, or more central. Great tackle.
It is a great tackle from McCarthy. It had to be a great tackle, and it was again. Amoun. Forset. Just bring it down and bring more people into play in this sort of area. Forset. Put to the back post by Abruzzese. And it's well dealt with by Matty Jones. Hasn't been as intense as we thought it would be. The start of the game was electric. I think we thought it was going to set up a real frenzied game, but it just hasn't gone that way, King. Another free kick. There's a yellow card coming away of Alaric Jones. That has to be 6 or 7 yellows in the game so far, Kane. Oh yeah, he leaves the ground.
Just gone over the ball, I think, a little bit. It's a tackle that he should make.
Yes.
He's favourite to get it, and he should just knock it out of play, but it looks like he's mistimed it almost and gone over the ball. A bit of a cheap one. And
he's offered the ref a chance to book him.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Strange one.
Definitely.
Put his team under pressure here.
Bradley again, although Matty Jones changed this one. Davies will be expecting a bit of quality from either one. Bradley, 2 hands up. Jones rips it in. It's a great ball in to the far post. Abadaki. Can he get the shot off? He stands across in. Headed clear. Pressing for the equaliser, Caernarfon. Jones. Hawkins has dropped in unbelievably. He started the game, the intent, I think, from Pennock and company was to play him as a 10. He's almost played as a 6 because he's defended so much.
He's been in his own box more than he's been in the opposition box, which, you know, he's a forward player. And to be fair to him, he's a small lad, but he's put himself about as well. He's not scared, you know, to have a go, and he's helping out his team. You know, you wouldn't expect a small number 10 to be involved, but he's not shirking it, to be fair to him.
Bradley whips it across the front this time. It's the equaliser. He's whipped the corner in. He's had enough opportunities. Flashes it across. The equaliser comes from Dominic Smith, and the pressure was just starting to build. Corner after corner, free kick after free kick. Finally Bradley delivers on the spot, and Dominic Smith makes it Haverfordwest County 1, Caernarfon Town 1.
Brilliant header. Sean Bradley gets his delivery right, doesn't he, this time? I know he's just kicked one out for a goal kick, but this time the delivery's on the money, and powerful play from... Yeah, it is him who gets the final. It might be his, definitely final touch, isn't it, there? And great header there.
If you're defending, are you disappointed there's nobody in the hole just before it comes to it?
Yeah, I'm not sure whose job that is, but, you know, every team has somebody in that hole, but it seems to have evaded that player, and it's gone over his head, and... You know, fantastic header from Dominic Smith, 1-1.
Bradley's quality with the set play. It's a great header, and it's 1 apiece with 15 minutes to go. This should really set up to be a great last 15 minutes now. You can only, you know, it's a rarity, Kane, sometimes where you give away 15 corners or 15 free kicks. It usually costs you. And Adam Davies has just stepped over the volley there. When you see the replay here, he has every chance to make it 2-1 within the next minute.
Should be 2-1. Should be 2-1. Davies misses it in the centre of the goal, I think. I'm not sure. Let's just have a little look. Great defending. And Abadaki then, bad first touch. He's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper.
Yeah, you said about coming in off the wing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what the opposite winger should be doing. He's there, Abadaki. And then his first touch lets him down.
But it looks like they're pressing for the equaliser. Panache, Wakmirati comes on. And Kyle McCarthy, that could be a blow with 15 minutes of pressure looking to come their way. Their ace defender, their ace sweeper. Makwarimiti. I don't think he'll play as a defender, you know.
No, it looks like Greg Walters has dropped in, and he's gone into midfield. I think they started this way against Briton Ferry last week. So, yeah, Greg's got a big job now with Adam Davies, because he's just coming into the game as Adam Davies, isn't he? He's had a few chances. He's got himself, you know, he's got Alaric Jones booked, which was a poor tackle and kind of started that move where the goal came from. And Davies is getting himself involved in the game.
Caernarfon starting to build that momentum. They know that another goal could put them top of the Cymru Premier League, 4 points clear. So the incentive is gigantic. It's just touch and get in. Surprised he's even past that, even though Abadaki has wonderful skill driving in the box. Gets it across. Turned round by Luke Rees. It's pressure, one-way pressure at the moment, Kane.
Yeah, Caernarfon on top. You know, the momentum's all with them. Aberdaki's changed the game, I'll be honest. You know, he's given Rhys Aberzazy a real tough time. 2 shots on target here, 2 good saves again from Luke Rhys, who's been Haverfordwest's best player, actually. Yeah. At times he's kept them in it, if you're being really honest.
Matty Jones will stand this one up. In it goes. Over the bar. Smith again. Just from the opposite side, almost exactly the same. Little bit deeper, but he gets contact again.
Yeah, it's not a bad header. You know, it's just over the bar. Rhys Aberzazy was in no man's land, and obviously Luke Rhys was in the centre of the goal, as he should be. But, yeah, Caernarfon really on top here. They'll really want to try and nick a second goal here and try and take all 3 points. Haverfordwest just holding on.
And them sort of miles that Fawcett and Amoun did off the ball, like we talked about in the first half. You know, I don't think they're going to be able to keep that, you know, that sort of crazy, you know, running stamina up top in the last 15 now, because the ball is definitely at the feet of a Caernarfon Town player more often now.
Yeah, it just looked like the back line, the back 4 of Caernarfon are a lot higher now. Like, you know, there's no space for Fawcett and Amoun to play in.
Yes, as if they're going for the win now.
Absolutely, and they can't get Shepherd on the ball to release them to, which is key. You know, they need him on the ball to release it with his longer range of passing, and you know, Locke's just standing on him, which means Shepherd can't get on the ball.
Locke. Jones gets it forward. Almost a decent layoff from Fawcett. They just got to retain the ball when it goes up Shepherd. When Shepherd doesn't get on the ball, the Bluebirds tend to be out of possession, but when he does get on it, as he is now, something usually comes of it. But that's good work from Morgan Owen. They're bombing forward in numbers now. What a ball that is. That Gossett as high as that. It goes back for the back pass to Rhys. Rhys clears his lines. Smith pushing the back. Referee says play on. Jones. Smith cushions his header. It's a good touch from Amoun. Shepherd. It's almost as we said, Kane. Shepherd needs to get on it for Haverfordwest to take control of the game again. When he's on the ball, they always seem to be in control of the game.
Yeah, he's just had 2 passages in the last, and he's on it again in the last, you know, minute or so. It's settled him down.
And that's a decent ball into a decent area. Abuzazi whips it across the front. Roberts in a good position. And the break is on. Locke. Locke puts it through. It's a good intervention from Jones, but he has to be careful with that yellow card against him now. Bradley starting to enjoy this game now. Good tackle, great tackle. Shepherd. Can he go long? It's into a decent area. Will it go all the way? He's not there. Oh, Connor Roberts swept up well. Almost 50-50 there with Ben Fawcett chasing it down. Morgan Owen. And on the 80th minute, Kane, you could almost, you know, years ago you would say 10 minutes to go, but very rarely is it 10 minutes to go now. It's at least 15, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a really, you know, there hasn't been a lot of stoppages in the game though, so hopefully, you know, I don't think there'll be too much, but you're going to get probably 4 or 5, the customary 4 or 5 fouls, stoppages like this. But what a game! This, you know, it's turned into an end-to-end game, hasn't it? The second half, the goals changed it, and either team could go on and win it.
Looking at his watch there, he's in a dilemma. I think he's just keen to push on for the win. Like we said, a point down at Haverfordwest is not a bad point at all, especially when you're top of the league. And a lot of the big boys have dropped points today. But to be fair to him, it looks like he's saying, go and get the win, lads. A pass inside to Abadaki. If I'm Adam Davies, I want that cross in. There's so much room to put it in then. Headed away by Dan Hawkins again, playing in that defensive role. Well, it wasn't Hawkins, in fact. It was Abruzzese. Smith. Always hurts you giving a set play away, Kane.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed. And I'm pretty sure they were one of the best teams in this league on set plays last year. Now listen, they've lost Lee Jenkins and Luke Tabone, which is a huge loss for them in terms of size, but also organisation and just ability. So yeah, they'll miss those, and they'll be disappointed with that though, because they didn't give away too many chances before that. The chances have come since the goal, hasn't it, with a momentum swing.
Substitution. Locke will come off, Josh Locke. Darren Thomas will come on. Bobby Messi coming on. And Connor Evans coming on. Connor Evans coming on for Sean Bradley. I could say might be a little bit surprised there with Bradley coming off. He didn't get into the game straight away, but it looked like he was just getting into it and starting to deliver some really good crosses. He was starting to enjoy himself.
Yeah, I think with the tired, they're starting to tire, especially on that right side. I think they're starting to tire, and Sean was just getting going if it looked that way. But fresh legs, with fresh winger now on that side, it might be time for Connor Evans to, there we go.
Ball in behind.
In behind.
Walters is pushed back definitely into that centre-half role. Smith. Jones goes back to Connor Roberts. Roberts to Mooney, great, closed down really well by Shepherd. It's hooked clear. Is there another goal in this game, Kane? Either way.
Yeah, I don't think either team are settling for a point, if I'm honest. Caernarfon have just made some positive substitutions, and Haverfordwest look like they've recovered or ridden that storm and looking to go again. So I would not be surprised if there is a winner.
I was at Cardiff Met a couple of weeks ago when Darren Thomas come off the bench and scored a wonderful equaliser. So he still has it in the locker when it comes anywhere around the penalty area to hurt teams. That's good work from Amoon. Hawkins. Shepherd on the edge. He'll take the shot on. Great block. Smith has done well in central defence. Jones. Headed clear by Mooney. Abruzzese up against Abadaki. Jones almost giving Fawcett an impossible task. It's headed back inside. It's an important 50-50 won by Ricky Watts. Hawkins, can he drive at the defence? He has the ability. Hawkins. Well, if he's done that on purpose, that's a fantastic header. I don't know whether he did. Still one apiece. 84 minutes on the clock. Haverfordwest County 1. Caernarfon Town 1. Both teams throwing caution to the wind, looking for the 3-point haul. It's into a decent area. Abadaki with the ball at his feet. Ricky Watts has done a lot of tidying about there, Kane. I don't know whether you've picked that up.
I was just about to say, Ricky Watts is, he's a couple of 50-50s that he's won, important 50-50s in the box, little blocks and challenges that he's won.
Always offers help as a defender.
Absolutely, and he's helped them in his last 10 minutes. Just settle down a little bit, and they're back in the game. It's 50-50 again. They were under
Definitely.
the pump for 10 minutes after that goal, but now it looks like either team could win this game.
We always say with this sort of time left, there's always another chance. There's always another big chance to come either way. And there's a free kick to come. Looks like given against Connor Evans.
Just a bit of a late block, I think. Nothing more. Did he get a yellow card? I'm not sure he did.
Ewan Lewis collected the yellow. The player's still down, by the way. Just can't see which player it is at the moment. Yori Humphreys could be. Yeah, it is Yori. Like we said, with the way the results have gone today, with Barry taking a point off TNS, especially that one, I think, the point could almost be like 2 points apiece today, staying in a race for the top spot anyway.
Yeah, I think you're right. Now we're getting to like the last 5 minutes. I think both teams will be pleased and would probably shake hands on a point. Don't get me wrong, they'd want 3, but I think they'll both be pleased.
Luke Owen comes on, and Owen Jones are on. Ben Amoun and Ben Fawcett off. Double Ben off. Jones and Owen on. Can they produce something? This is that sort of, like we said, Abadaki had half an hour to influence the game, and he has influenced the game a lot with his tremendous runs. This is where you just come on and you're hoping to be the surprise in the pack now. You're hoping to pinch one.
Well, that's it. Can you get yourself into the team for next week? You know, you're playing for your spot. So can you make a difference, whether it's 3 minutes, 30 minutes, in terms of trying to get yourself into this team? Because both teams are doing well, both teams are strong, and if you're on the bench, can you get yourself into that starting 11?
Well, that'll be one of the quickest yellow cards. It's just come on this minute, and Luke Owen picks up a yellow. 87 on the clock. What would your fourth official time be, Kane? 5?
Yeah, I think about 5 minutes is about right. It hasn't been too many stoppages, but there's been the natural stoppages in the game, which is
Roberts,
5
Mooney. Again, the diag is on. Will Mooney put it in looking for Davies? Passes it straight through to the goalkeeper. Darren Thomas strolling around in that number 10 area, just waiting for a chance on the edge of the box. It's a great touch from Owen, Morgan Owen, and he's put him in. Davies to make it 2-1. Davies puts it over. Unbelievable. Just in front of us. I don't know whether the flag's gone up at all. Has the flag gone up? If he hasn't gone up, that is one hell of a chance where he could have won the game. Davies, he elects to try and lob the goalkeeper, and he puts it over the top of the bar. What a chance that is, Kane.
It's a great ball by Morgan. Adam Davies will be disappointed. He looked like he was hesitant a little bit. He never looked confident. He never looked confident in going through on goal there, and it's not really where his confidence should be. He scored 3 or 4 goals already this season, you know, so yeah, he'd be disappointed. Could have won the game from there.
That's a gilt-edged chance to take the points. Still 1-1. It was most probably the banker of the weekend in draws. Abadaki's going through though this time. Abadaki keeping the ball alive. Morgan Owen. Hawkins again working his socks off in defence. Puts it forward. Mooney. Shepherd tries to block him out. Has to be careful on his yellow. It's got to go in. Davies up there waiting for it. Morgan Owen. Can he produce? He's being tracked by Luke Owen. Thomas, edge of the box where he wants it. 4 minutes added on. Caernarfon pushing for the win. Edge of the box. Goes through to the goalkeeper, Luke Owen, who will not be far away from man of the match, Kane. I think he could well take your man of the match.
Yeah, he's made some...
Look at the saves he's made.
Yeah, absolutely. He's made some big saves, crucial saves, at crucial times in the game. Early on, when they were under the pump, made some good saves to keep them in it. Second half, when they were trying to keep hold of the 1-0, made some good saves.
Owen strolling forward. He's been prominent on the ball in the last 15 minutes. Morgan Owen, he's worked really well. Abadaki, can he get to the line? Can he pull it back in? He pulls it back in. Goalkeeper again comes and collects. He's been efficient in getting the ball into dangerous areas. Abadaki has so much skill in getting that last-ditch crossing like that. Evans again. Morgan Owen in acres of space. Driving through from midfield, edge of the box. Big chance. Tried to square it instead of taking a shot on himself. And then it goes over the bar. Gossett, I think it is eventually.
Big chance. They look a little bit tired, don't they, Haverfordwest? They're just picking passes, and you'd think Connor Evans should go alone there, maybe.
Yes.
He's in the box, get his shot off.
Take the responsibility.
Davies. Yeah, definitely. But, yeah, still chances in this. 2 minutes for Haverfordwest to hold on, and Caernarfon look like they're trying to win it.
Danny Gossett didn't quite get the shot on target. Corey Shepherd gets the man of the match from Sean Moretti upstairs on the Welsh commentary. You're definitely allowed to pick your own one, Kane.
I think if the score stays as it is, I think that, you know, for me, Luke Rees has made some real saves. Probably a couple that went under the radar because they were almost scrappy saves, if you like. But he's done his,
Davies
work
gets
correctly.
a flick, goes to ground. Watts, good marking from Watts, but there's surely a left-footed corner from Matty Jones coming in. Connor Evans wants to push in the back. Just gone over a little bit too easy. Smith, Mooney, the big men up. Gossett, Ewan Lewis. All about the delivery, last-minute delivery from Matty Jones. Jones delivers. Poor corner in the last minute. You want quality there. You've got 4 or 5 6-footers on the far post, Kane. It has to go into that area, which counts.
Yeah, they're a big side, Caernarfon. They have got the height advantage, and they've shown that in terms of the set pieces previously. So, real disappointment from Matty Jones, who's got a wonderful left foot as well. You'd be disappointed.
Owen to fire the throw in. Smith stays up, looking for a brace, which would get his team the 3 points. Thrown in, looking for Smith. Walters does really well, just ushers it forward out of the way, and Rees holds on. Great to have your company this afternoon, Kane McLagan. Always a pleasure. Good luck for the season with Newport City in your battle to get into the Cymru Premier with the Newport side. There is the final whistle. Ryan Kenny throws the final whistle. The Ben Amoun goal was equalised. A headed equaliser by Dom Smith. It's one apiece at the Oggy Bridge Meadow Stadium. Thank you very much, Kane.
Thank you, Jonah. Take care.
Final score: Haverfordwest County 1, Caernarfon Town 1.
O, dyna ni, gêm gyfartal fan hyn yn Sir Benfro felly. Dwi'n falchgoed, dwi'n cael cwmni Sean Bradley yn syth ar y chwiban ola fan hyn. Sean, croeso ato ni. Gêm anodd, canlyniad teg, beth ti'n meddwl?
Oedd yn diwedd, dwi'n meddwl, oedd hi'n bach rhy open iddyn ni. Oedd hi'n bach end-to-end, ond na, dwi'n meddwl sa'n ni wedi cymryd pwynt cyn y gêm, so digon teg, swn i'n meddwl.
Mae rhaid i fi ofyn i ti. Braf fan ôl yn gwisgo Chris Caernarfon?
Yndi, braf bod yn ôl, yndi. Just eisiau trio enjoyo a just chwarae cyn gymaint o gêm a dwi'n gallu. Dwi wedi bod allan ers few weeks, so just trio buildio'r fitness na'n ôl fyny o anna, gobeithio, mae'n neis bod yn ôl.
Ti'n dod yn ôl ar gyfnod diddorol, achos maen nhw wedi cryfhau, mae yna chwaraewyr opsiynau, ni'n gweld hynny heddi, mewn trwbl ar ei holi, dod o chwaraewyr oddi ar y fainc i gael pwynt. Be wneud i o garfan Caernarfon ar hyn o bryd?
Mae'r garfan yn rili cry. Mae ffis di wneud mae ffis di recruitio dda yn y ha. A mae'n neis dod nôl fewn i'r garfa yma sydd yn mynd i gobeithio fod fyny na'n challenge am y spot Europe na erbyn diwedd y tymor.
Nhw'n mynd ar y blaen o'r gic o'r smotyn. O ti'n gweld honna? Beth o ti'n meddwl o'r penderfyniad?
Dwi'n meddwl, da ni wedi gwachio di nôl. Dwi'n eisiau dweud gormod, ond dwi'n meddwl mae chydig bach yn hash, dwi'n meddwl ar hynny. Ond na, ail hanner yna nath ni wneud y wych i ddod nôl fewn i'r gem fel a points teg swn i'n meddwl.
Ie, beth nath newid yn yr ail hanner achos oedd y momentum gyda chi erbyn y diwedd yn bendant?
Oedd, just athyn ni sort of few peth allan half-time. Just angen cadw'r pêl a falle, just a cluso hi fyny. Oedden ni'n gwybod efo'r quality sgenna ni sa'n dod a oedd hi'n danos yn y diwedd na, so ni wedi gallu ar ni greu ddigon o chances i gyro'r gem o swpath, ond na, hawn ni gymryd pwynt ar y ffordd yma.
Sean, diolch yn fawr iawn am dy amser. Gwych gysgwrs dy ti. Croeso nôl i Caernarfon, Sean Bradley ar fenthyg yr Seintiau Newydd. A gawn ni weld sgôr y Seintiau Newydd. Fan hyn nawr yn ddi-sgôr. Gartre yn erbyn y Bari. Tipyn o gynyniad yn fyna. Neb o'r 5 ucha sy'n cofio'n iawn wedi llwyddo ennill pnawn yma gyda'r gêm gyfartal yna rhwng Caernarfon a Hwlffordd, ond y canlyniadau mawr ar draws y gyngor. Met Caerdydd yn colli, yn y Fflint Llanelli wedi colli eto, a dyna'r tabl i chi. Caernarfon yn parhau ar y brig, Hwlffordd yn 8fed, Llanelli lawr yn y gwaelod heb sicrhau unrhyw bwynt hyd yn hyn. A ni'n gael i sgwrs gyda Hwlffordd nawr. Mae Ben Amon gyda ni. Ben, welcome, thanks for joining us right in the final whistle. What do you make of that? Fair result?
Yeah, definitely fair result. I thought they edged the second half, but I thought first half we were excellent. And yeah, probably a fair result in the end. They were putting pressure on at the end, weren't they?
A lot been said about Haverfordwest start of the season. It's been a tough little start, but first half performance, were you happy with the way things are going?
Yeah, sure. I think results-wise hasn't been great. But if anyone's attended the games, first 2 games probably should have won them both. Obviously, it doesn't mean much when you're not getting the points. But I think performance level was okay. I think we did well today as well.
Been watching some of those guys. As you say, you've been creating so many chances. Yeah. I get it puts pressure on guys like you to finish those chances.
Yeah, exactly. Got to put them away. Sometimes defensive errors too. We made a few, like I expect, we had a few sloppy goals. But yeah, we keep going, and if we keep performing, we'll get some results.
You're in the middle of things in the first half, the penalty incident, scoring the penalty. What about the incident? What do you make of it?
No, just got to get my toe to it and put it away. It's my job. Just got to do it. It's on the camera behind you there. Yeah, got my toe to it.
Yeah, as we see it again, but yeah, still tough situation. You kept your nerve well to put that penalty away.
Yeah, funnily enough, I was going the same ways. Last minute I changed direction, funnily enough, but it is what it is. Goal, another one.
Great. It feels like a good point for Haverfordwest against a tough opposition.
Yeah, good point, but obviously we look to win every game, so a little bit disappointed, but we move on next week and go again.
Brilliant. Got some noisy fans as well behind us.
I know, yeah, definitely.
Ben, thanks for your time. Brilliant.
No worries,
thanks for joining us right in the final whistle. Felly dyna ni. A dyma sydd i ddod, ni'n camu i'r cyfnod rhyngwladol. Mae Cymru'n camu Kazakhstan am daith fydd honna. Gemau dan ni'n ar hugen hefyd. A dyna ni o ran y gem fan hyn. A ni'n cael un cyfaliad bach arall cyn ffarwelio gyda chi. Richard Davies gyda ni, rheolwr Caernarfon. Diolch am dy amser, reit ar y chwifan ola. Sut ti'n asesu'r canlyniad yna?
Yndi, mae'n bwynt da oedd i gartra. Sa'n ni o hyd i cymryd hynna, ond dwi'n teimlo da ni wedi gadael wrach 2 allan yna. Da ni wedi cael lot o gyfleon yn yr ail hanner yna, a dwi'n teimlo 2 yn y gêm yn yr hanner cyntaf hefyd, so dim bach yn disappointed ochr yna, ond eto mae'n bwynt da oedd i gartra, da ni dal heb di colli, so da ni'n cymryd y positives.
Ie, ac yn yr wythnosau diwetha, falle bod y cyfleoedd yna wedi bod yn mynd mewn i chi, stori wahanol heddi.
Ie, a dyna di pêl droed. Ar ddwrnod arall, wrach Matt yn mynd drwad o fanna, mae jyst leidio pasio'r gol geidwad, a da ni'n mynd o'ma fo 2-1 yn y bydgwyth, ond ie, weithio maen nhw'n mynd i fewn, weithio ddim, ond dwi'n hapus, da ni'n creu cyfleon, da ni dal yn chwarae dda, dwi'n meddwl bod ni wedi dominatio'r gêm na, second half o fanna, ac ond mond un tîm yn mynd i ennill i ar ail hanner, so na, mae gennau lot o positives sy'n mynd allan o'n ni.
Beth am y gic o'r smotyn, gys ti cyfle i weld hwnna?
Do, di byth yn penalty, ac da ni wedi cael yn neud yn Cardiff Met, gathen ni penalty yn ebrin fanna, doedd ddim yn penalty, a wedyn mae hon yr ail un yma, a da ni mond 4 gêm i fewn, so mae hynna yn bach yn rwystredig, ond allai'n wneud yn byd amdano fo, ond ia, stori wahanol os di honna ddim yn gic o'r smotyn.
Hwlffordd yn dîm da, mae'n daith hir, gêm gystadleuol. Ar ei hôl hi hefyd, dangos cryfder eich carfan falle heddi yn gallu newid pethau. Beth arall newidiodd? Achos newidioch chi cwpl o bethau?
Do, dwi'n meddwl na jyst newid personel mwyn am byd, jyst i trio cael coesa ffres ar y cae, lly. A wedyn nath ni trio dweud bod mwy o crysiadau fewn i bocs i ofyn mwy o cwestiynau. A ni'n teimlo bod ni'n gwneud yn ail o hanner, ond ond da ni'n hapus, dyma pwynt gweitha.
Dal ar y brig.
Ond dan.
Edrych dal ar y brig. Newyddion da i orffen. Diolch yn fawr iawn am dy amser fel arfer. Dyna ni, Caernarfon yn cipio pwynt oddi cartre yn Holffordd. Felly, diolch am eich cwmni chi pnawn ma. Tipyn o bêl-droed i ddod fel arfer gyda ni ar sgorio. Ond dyna ni, hwyl fawr o Holffordd felly. Tara.